Akira. Let's go. He starts clout.
Yo, what is up, baby? We in here. In here. Make some noise. What's up? How you doing? It's Akira The Don. We in the building. This Meaningwave Live Super Request Show. Welcome to the Meaningwave Live Super Request Show. All right. How was cracking? How you doing out there? Who we got in the building? This is Mars. Yeah. What up, Logan Mars? Logan Mars is in the building. Says, Akira, you've inspired me to get back into CrossFit. Blessings. Hey! I just got back from CrossFit. And I'm cross. And cross because I set this all up before I went to CrossFit, and then I got back. And an integral part of it wasn't working, and I've literally spent the past fucking 35 minutes trying to make it work, and it works! It works now. Shouts out to my beautiful wife. Suffers me up here screaming and shouting. Why do I even bother? Why do I bother? Now I see all your beautiful smiling faces, and I know why I bother. Welcome, brothers and sisters. Yo, it's your boy Akira The Don. I'm here with that CrossFit energy. Yo, my guy has been trying to kill me this week. It's my second week. You know, I do 5 days a week. I don't do Friday and Saturday. Saturday and Sunday. Because Saturday, their class, they only do the morning class. And I ain't getting up that early. My body clock does not have me up at that time. You know. I mean, I think 5 days on, 2 days off with CrossFit is sufficient. I don't know if you've ever done CrossFit. I never had. I didn't even know what it was when I started it, you know. I did not know what I was doing. I had no idea. I thought I was in the cafe, you know, and the gym is right next to the cafe. I was in there, you know. Hola. Yo quiero un taza de café, cappuccino, leche almondra, por favor. Gracias. Viernes feliz. What is it? Feliz Viernes. Anyway, I'm in there, you know, drinking my my cafe, you know. And it's this gym right next to me, and I'm watching all these motherfuckers getting after it. And it's like, you watch motherfuckers getting after it long enough, like you can't just watch. You have to get involved, you know. But I didn't know what CrossFit was. Turns out CrossFit is an insane kind of like torture scenario. But it's like, let's see how hard we can push you. And it turns out it was designed, I told you the first time I went, I was like, I had to go outside and nearly be sick, right? That's supposed to happen. I didn't know that. It's supposed to happen. You're supposed to get yourself to the point where you want to vomit, and then you're supposed to push through that. So that next time you don't want to vomit at that point, you vomit a little later down the road. So that's what's been going on anyway. It's going good. My instructor came over today and he goes, see how much better you are, see? I was doing the jumping jacks, you know. I couldn't do like 20 jumping jacks like a couple weeks ago. I do 100 now. What the hell was doing today? Ugh. That is stepping up on a box, you know, with a dumbbell. Step on a box on one leg and hold one leg in there and hold it and then step back down again slowly. Then like press a kettlebell for 4 seconds into a squat and hold it and 4 seconds up. And then do these sit-ups, but like you pop your hands out at the end, all this crazy shit. Yo, I learned how to do a handstand this week. It's epic. I'm really into it now. Yeah, I'm really into being upside down. Upside down is cool. Yeah, it's good being upside down. I'll tell you what as well, when you squat real deep, you know. I couldn't even squat 2 weeks ago. I was been squatting wrong my whole life. I didn't know. Anyway, when you squat deep, your thoughts go deep. When you get that deep squat, you get that deep thoughts, you know. Things start to make sense down there. There's this thing, right, when you're doing the thing where you hold the kettlebell up, you know, and then you squat down, and then you hold at each level. It's like turning on a tap, and a whole like bucket of sweat comes pouring out shit, right? And that's when things become real clear. Yo! Anyway, baby, good to see you all. Hello, Matthew John Crittenden says Toy Story 4 OST. Don't remind me of that hellish hellscape. Don't you remind me of that hellish hellscape. I want to know about that. I'm really hoping that some of y'all didn't like request things and YouTube's lost them. It's the Super Request Show, backed by Popular Man. People said, hey, Akira The Don, we want to have a Super Request Show. We like those Super Request shows that you would sometimes do. Kindly do one of those. I said, okay, because I'm for the people. Meaningwave is for the people. Meaningwave is for people like Ruben Ponce. What's up, Ruben? And Tom Stinson. What's up? And Chuck LeMagne. If anyone... Oh, man. I think I might have lost some of the earlier ones. I'll see if there's any way of finding them. It's an imperfect system. All right.
Akira. Let's go. He starts clout.
Woo. All right, baby, let's get this thing cracking. Yo, we're starting out with a super special one, a super rare one. You know I haven't watched the trailer. I have not watched the trailer. I don't trust these people anymore. I just can't do it. Fool Killer, what's up?
The Reverend Mother must combine the seductive wiles of a courtesan with the untouchable majesty of a virgin goddess, holding these attributes in tension so long as the powers of her youth endure. For when youth and beauty have gone, she will find that the place between, once occupied by tension, has become a wellspring of cunning and resourcefulness. Many have marked the speed with which Muad'Dib learned the necessities of Arrakis. The Bene Gesserit, of course, know the basis of this speed. For the others, we can say that Muad'Dib learned rapidly because his first training was in how to learn. And the first lesson of all was the basic trust that he could learn. It is shocking to find how many people do not believe they can learn, and how many more believe learning to be difficult.
Woo!
Muad'Dib knew that every experience carries its lesson. Greatness is a transitory experience. It is never consistent. It depends in part upon the myth-making imagination of humankind.
What?
The person who experiences greatness must have a feeling for the myth he is in. He must reflect what is projected upon him. And he must have a strong sense of the sardonic. This is what uncouples him from belief in his own pretensions. The sardonic is all that permits him to move within himself.
Woo!
Without this quality, even occasional greatness will destroy a man.
Yeah! Big man thing. Big man doing wave activity. Yeah, from the Dunewave EP. Dunewave album is gonna happen. I'll see where comic book girls at. World needs it. World needs it. We began it a while ago, you know. Shit's crazy around here. Gotta tell you, man, it's difficult making albums in an Airbnb with a laptop when you're used to a supercomputer and a sound-conditioned studio. I've been having some trouble, you know. Basically, it takes me 5 to 10 times as long to do something as it normally would. So I've been, pulling the all-nighters and all that type thing. Like the album I'm working on at the moment, I thought I'd have that done on Monday, but it's just like everything takes so long, just because the computer power is so limited and the situation is not optimal, you know. But we working as hard as we can. We're doing our best out here, baby. And the new album is nearly done, and it's really quite something. Shouts out to everybody locked in live. What's up with Joe? Hey. Cyclops says, yo, when is Dunewave 2 coming? When Danica gets me her vocals. Shout at her on Twitter. Say, oi, Danica, send them vocals to Akira. We started it. We recorded a whole song. And I've done the music. I've got basically the musical shape and ideas for the full thing. And Danica's been going through various Dune books and working out stuff. Yo, yo. Yo. Every Don has his day, says Sway. What up, Sway? Good to see you, baby. Good to see everybody, baby. Good to see all of y'all, Damien. Good to see you, Chuck. Good to see you, Cyclops. Good to see you, Austin. Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you, Alex. Good to see all of y'all, Chris Champagne. What's up? Chuck, what's up? Super Request Show! Super Request Show! It's the Super Request Show. This one's for Ruben. Big time, big boy special request for Ruben. That's good, baby boy.
So there's a line in the New Testament where Christ says that no one comes to the Father except through him, which is a hell of a thing for anyone to say. I am the way and the truth and the life. That's another one. Here's the idea. It's as if there's a spirit at the bottom of things that is involved in the bringing to being of everything. People talk about evolution as a random process, but that's not true. The mutations are random, but the selection mechanisms are not random. What are the selection mechanisms? Human females are very sexually selective. That's why you have twice as many female ancestors as male ancestors. So the male failure rate for reproduction is twice that of the female. How is it that males succeed differentially? Females reject. They reject on the basis of what? And the answer is, well, it's something like competence. How is competence defined? Well, men put themselves in hierarchies and they vote on each other's competence. Let's say you decide to follow the best leader in a battle. Well, then you don't die. Like, he might get all the women, but you don't die, so at least you're still in the game. And it might be the same if you're following the greatest hunter. And the greatest hunter wouldn't be the person who was best bringing down the game. It would be the person who is best at bringing down the game and sharing it and organizing the next hunt and all of that. What that means to some degree is that there's a spirit of masculinity shaping the entire structure of human evolutionary history. That's what that means. It's a spirit of positive masculinity that manifests itself across epochal ages, millions of years perhaps. And it actually has shaped our consciousness. Actually. It's like the essential spirit of all the great men who defined what greatness constituted. That's a spirit. Well, that's a purely biological explanation. Well, that's God.
God is the highest value in the hierarchy of values.
That's God.
God is how we imaginatively and collectively represent the existence and action of consciousness across time.
That's God.
God is that which selects among men in the eternal hierarchy of men.
That's God.
God is that which eternally dies and is reborn in the pursuit of higher being and truth.
But then there's another possibility too, which is that that's actually reflective of a deeper metaphysical reality that has to do with the nature of consciousness itself. I think that's true. I believe the biological case, and I believe the biologically reductive case, but I don't think that exhausts it. There's a metaphysical layer underneath that the biology is a genuine reflection of. And that's the macrocosm above and the microcosm below. We are really reflective, including in our consciousness, of something about the structure of reality itself. And that might involve whatever it is that God is. Well, that's God.
God is the future to which we make sacrifices.
That's God.
God is the voice of conscience.
That's God.
God is the source of judgment and mercy and guilt.
What up, though?
That's God.
God God is what calls and responds in the eternal call to adventure.
That's God. That's Akira The Don. That's Jordan B. Peterson. And that's the same sample Little Uzi Vert used on A Track. Who hit it hardest? Lil Uzi or JBP? Let me know in the chat. One's in the chat for JBP, two's in the chat for Lil Uzi Vert. Joe Petrakovic! What up, my Polish brother? It says reflexive. I don't have a song called Reflective, so maybe that's just a $10 super chat that says reflexive. Thank you! Appreciate you, baby. Yo, amazing. Amazing. This next one just fits perfectly. Perfect. This one goes out to Mike Betters. What's up, Mike Betters? You bad mama jammer. You.
I think life is tremendously
I'm seeing a lot of ones in the chat, you know.
Has an immense capacity to organize itself to meet any crisis, provided it knows it's coming. There are scars on this planet, enormous scars. There's a scar 1.5 billion years old on the Canadian Shield that is twice the size of the lunar crater Copernicus. What is going on? 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 This thing that came down 50,000 years ago out near Flagstaff, Arizona, that was a tiny object. It was something like 30 meters across. It was moving 9 times the speed of a rifle bullet. It was 6 miles into the earth in the first second of impact. Everything within 800 miles died instantly. And this was a nothing burger, this thing. An object 500 meters across the planet would ring like a gong for 10,000 years. The thing which killed the dinosaurs, they now believe they have the impact point. At the time of the impact, the entire area was a shallow ocean. But what I find eerie about the location of this impact point is 65 million years afterwards, on this exact spot, a civilization will arise obsessed with the end of time. A civilization will arise obsessed with the end of time and determined to give a date to it. It's within 110 miles of Chichen Itza. It's near Zebel Chaltun. It's right in the heart of classic Maya country. What is going on? 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 What is going on?
Hey, what a great choice. What a great choice, Mike Betters, Akira The Don, and Terence McKenna there. One's in the chat if you want more Terence McKenna in the Meaningwave universe. One's in the chat if you want more Terence McKenna in the Meaningwave universe. Yeah! Boom! That's what's up. Look at all them ones in the chat. What's up? We got Vanessa in the house. What's up? Vanessa says, hurrah for live Meaningwave. Lockdown number 5 here in Melbourne. Oh, man, these people are taking the piss. But, you know, the tyranny you get, you only get as much tyranny. The amount of tyranny you get is exactly the amount that you will suffer, you know? Says, I just want one more Akira. I mean, there can be only one.
Akira The Don.
Do you know who Akira The Don is?
Of course, he's amazing.
Hey, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Very nice of you to say. Joshua Tran says, tree is looking thirsty. What tree? Talking about my beard. What tree is looking thirsty? How are y'all doing anyway? What's going on with you? We got Vanessa. Vanessa is suffering a lockdown in Melbourne. What's going on with the rest of y'all? How you doing? What's going on? What's good in the hood? What's new with you? Jules Vaughan says, pray for Oz. The Australians are some of the strongest people on earth. I ain't worrying about the Australians. You know what Australians are, right? They're like our criminals. They were just too much of a nuisance for us to have to look after, you know. So we sent them to an island. That's what Australians are. They're the most badass. They're descendants of the most gangster of the Britishers. Come on! I used to hang around with a lot of Australians in London, you know. Australian women would drink British men under the table. Not me, of course, because I was very powerful in that regard, you know. I was well rehearsed. I was thinking now, if I now I imagine all of my booze tolerance is gone, having not being a drinking person since 2018. But I had a very high drinking booze tolerance. You know, I used to wake up and drink. At one point, when I was making my first records, you know, I would wake up and drink a bottle of whiskey whilst chain smoking roll-ups and drinking black coffee. It's amazing I ever got anything done, but I got a lot done. But you know, I always say that kind of thing is for the very young and the very old. And I say that it was told me once by a smart man. A smart man once said to me, he said, Akira The Don, when you're very young, you have no responsibilities. It's okay to drink a quart of acid. But then you've got stuff to do. But then when you're very old, you can do what you like again. What up, Bradford White says, much love and props to Alex. Make some noise for Alex.
Akira The Don.
No, that's not Alex. That's me. Alex needs a button, huh? We need a Alex button. Where's the Alex button? Roberto Sanchez, this is your song. Make some noise for yourself.
Akira The Don.
Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty.
No.
They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Satan.
Man, isn't this visual perfect?
Milton's Paradise Lost. Satan decides that he can do without the transcendent. He can do without God. He can do without God. He can do without God. And that's why he foments rebellion. It's something like that. And the consequence of that was that as soon as Satan decided that what he knew was sufficient and that he could without the transcendent, which you might think about as the domain outside of what you know, something like that, immediately he was in hell. Things get large, and then they get too large, and then they collapse. And so, in 2008, when the politicians said, too big to fail, they got something truly backwards. The statement was reversed. It should have been so big it had to fail. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings was studying totalitarianism, and I thought, you know, the poet, the true poet, like a prophet, is someone who has intimations of the future. Has intimations of the future. And maybe that's because the poetic mind, the philosophical or prophetic mind, is a pattern detector, and there are people who can detect the underlying, it's like the melody of a nation. Melody is in song. The song of a nation. And to see how it's going to develop across the centuries. You see that in Nietzsche, because Nietzsche, for example, around 1860 or so, I mean, he prophesied what was going to happen in the 20th century. He said specifically that the specter of communism would kill millions of people in the 20th century. It's an amazing prophecy. Some people are very good at detecting patterns, you know, and Milton, I think, was of that sort. I think he had intimations of what was coming as human rationality became more and more powerful, and technology became more and more powerful. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty.
They want
adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty.
What? They want
adventure and chaos and uncertainty. And then Milton's warning was the rational mind that generates a production and then worships it as if it's absolute immediately occupies hell. And that's what I think the story of the Tower of Babel is about. It's a warning against the expansion of the system until it encompasses everything. It's a warning against totalitarian presumption, and so there's a utopian kind of vision there as well, as we can build a structure that's so large and encompassing that it can replace heaven itself. And so that the very notion of a utopia was anti-human, because we're not built for static utopia. We're built for a dynamic situation where there's demands placed on us and where there's the optimal amount of uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty.
They want
adventure and chaos and
uncertainty. Human beings don't want
utopian comfort and certainty.
They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want
utopian comfort and certainty.
They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want
utopian comfort and certainty.
They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Hey. That's just some big facts right there. Roberto Sanchez, that was your tune. That was your tune, baby. That was your tune. And what a banger that was. So nice to hear that. I haven't heard that in a long time. Whoop! And it's so real. It's so true. It's so true. I think about that Babel thing a lot. Have you seen Jeff Bezos' coat of arms for his Blue Origin company? You seen that thing? Yeah, I can't put that up right now. I've realized I haven't connected anything to the screen. Either way, it's got part of what it's got in it, aside from its motto, which is a Latin slogan that means basically to sort of like smash it. It's got like a little rocket thing piercing the firmament, you know, tearing through the waters above it, smashing through the firmament. Jeffrey Bezos really needs to listen to that song. Jeffrey Bezos. Is this song sounding weird to you guys? Is it normal or weird? I can't tell if it's the thing with my headphones being shit or what. Let me know if the song is sounding crackly. Cryptogenic, what's up? Pretty sure it was sounding weird, yeah. Yeah, see? Crackers right, crackly. Yeah, it was hopping about all over the place. I don't know why. Hopefully the real song sounds okay. I don't know. Derek B! Shout out to Derek B! In the place to be. Derek B seems to have a question, which is an interesting question. I mean, if that's what it is. And the question is this. Derek B, thank you for your very powerful and generous support. Derek B in the place to be says, how does the wizard Akira know what must be meaning waved? How does the wizard Akira know what must be meaning waved? It's a good question. And I spoke about this with Viveki John Viveki. We spoke about this. And it's a bit like when Peterson talks about the Bible reading, and when you finally understand a bit of the Bible and the text glitters. It's when I come across speech that glitters. It shines out to me is what it does. It calls out. And I go, oh shoot. I gotta make a record, and I gotta make that into the record that it already is. Because what it is all this stuff exists, right? I think of it like, you got a rock. You got a great big boulder. Inside that boulder is, a statue, right? A beautiful aesthetic David or whatever, right? That exists inside that rock in potential. And it just requires the right person to come along and just kind of tease that out, right? That pre-existing potential. That pre-existing statue that exists inside that rock. It always did. It'd be that way with these records, the Theo album was a great example of that. The Theo album, that was an album, right? It was just perfect, fully formed music. It was there, all I had to do was come along and like tease it out, pull the melodies out, pull the right melodies out the sky, or 5D space, however you want to think about it, and just pull the right things out. So that's what it is. That's what it is. I have a story I'm telling. I have a journey that I'm on. I have a journey that we're all going on together with this Meaningwave thing. There's places we're going to go. There's places we're going to visit. There's people we go and talk to. There's things we go and learn. But all the while, baby, I keep on swimming like a shark, I keep on paying attention to those coincidences that let you know you're on the right road, And I'll be looking out for that which glitters. I keep an eye out on that which glitters. Sometimes you got to stop what you're doing. Sometimes you got to, maybe you was going on in one direction, but there's something glittering over yonder, and you got to do that, baby. You got to do that, because sometimes if you don't do that, it goes, You lose it and you might never find it again. You got to pay attention. What up, Chris Druff? Mighty Chris Druff. Shouts out to you. Chris Druff got this badass tattoo, he got this tattoo. It says, fuck all that talk, who are you really? You see that? I don't know if you can see that. Which is from the Akira The Don and Joseph Rogan song, Fear Factor. Fuck all that talk, who are you really? Who are you? Shouts out to you, Chris Druff. Shouts out to everyone getting that Meaningwave Inc.
And traditional initiation
Cosmic Kangaroo, this one's for you.
do with transforming the mode of reaction. Sometimes, and usually, terrifically frightening and actually very painful rituals, so that the individual will no longer think he's a little boy. There's some rather amusing ones from Australia, for instance, where things are pretty fierce. When little boys begin to become kind of nasty and difficult for their mothers to handle, the women get together and give them a good beating around the legs with sticks and so forth, and then in a few weeks, something very interesting happens. protect them. Then the men grab them and take them away, so mother's no good anymore.
Aye.
Now they have to face this thing. And then what they have to face is really no fun. So mother's no good anymore. Now they have to face this thing. And then what they have to face is really no fun. So mother's no good anymore. Now they have to face this thing. And then what they have to face is really no fun. One of the little crises, the boy is behind a screen of bushes. And a lot of very interesting things are going on outside. At night, dances and so forth. The boys are told not to look. Well, any boy who does look, can you imagine what's done with him? He's killed and eaten. That is one way to handle juvenile delinquents.
Yeah, we need to bring this shit back.
Any youngster who will not
Thank you, baby.
cooperate with the society that is supporting him is just eradicated. Then he's given a chance to see what's going on out there. So he's sitting, a scared kid. I mean, he's about 12 or 13 years old. At the end of this dance field, and it's night, a strange man comes out performing the myth of the cosmic kangaroo.
Yeah!
The cosmic dog comes out and attacks the kangaroo. And after the youngster has seen this, two big fellas come rushing down the field and jump on the kid.
Yeah, make some noise for the cosmic kangaroo.
He's gonna remember kangaroo and dog forever. This thing is built in. It may not be bright, but
Kangaroo's in the chat. Is there a kangaroo emoji?
there aren't many points to be got. So mother's no good anymore. And now they have to face this thing. And then what they have to face is really no fun. So mother's no good anymore. And now they have to face this thing. And then what they have to face is really no fun. So mother's no good anymore. And now they have to face this thing. And then what they have to face is really no fun. So mother's no good anymore. And now they have to face this thing. And then what they have to face is really no fun.
What up, though? Big shouts out to Cree. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Says, love you all. See, that's for you. You! Shouts out to you, Cree. Cosmic Kangaroo up in the place to be. Shouts out to all our brothers and sisters down under. We love you.
There are other things that happen that I won't go through, but they're all pretty exciting, let's say. And when they're all over, the kid isn't the kid he was before he came. A lot has happened. His body has been changed, and he's then sent back to the girls. And there's one of them already selected to be his wife, and he's now a guaranteed little man.
Little man.
And he's going to behave as a man of this crowd ought to behave.
Righteousness there from Akira The Don and Joseph Campbell from the album Songs of Mythology. And that's a lovely record right there. Shouts out to that record. Shouts out to the Cosmic Kangaroo. Shouts out to Australia. In general. Shouts out to Joshua Tran. Woo!
I think of all the forms of leverage the best one in modern society, and people go, this is glib, this is overused, and this is why I tell people learn to code. We have this idea that in the future, there's going to be these robots, and they're going to be doing everything. And that may be true, but I would say the majority of the robot revolution has already happened. The robots are already here, and there are way more robots than there are humans.
Oh, come on, visuals.
Just that we pack them in data centers for heat and efficiency reasons. Put them in servers, they're inside the computers, all the circuits, the robot mind inside that's doing all the work. And so every great software developer, for example, now has an army of robots working for him at nighttime while he or she sleeps. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. Halfway through it, we're just adding in much more of the hardware component these days. As we get more familiar, we get more comfortable with the idea of autonomous vehicles and autonomous airplanes and autonomous ships and autonomous trucks and delivery bots and Boston Dynamics robots and all that. But robots who are doing web searching for you are already here. Cleaning up your video and audio are already here. Answering customer service queries that you would have had to call a human for are already here. An army of robots is already here. It's very cheaply available. The bottleneck is just figuring out intelligent and interesting things to do to them. So the robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. You can order this army of robots around. Just the commands have to be issued in the language that they understand. So these robots aren't very smart. They have to be told very precisely what to do and how to do it. So coding is such a great superpower. Now you can speak the language of the robot army and you can tell them what to do.
Now
you can speak the language of the robot army and you can tell them what to do. Now you can speak the language of the robot army and you can tell them what to do. Now you can speak the language of the robot army and you can tell them what to do. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution has already happened.
it's already here. It already happened. Come on. The robot revolution already happened. The robot army already here. The robot revolution already happened. The robot army already here. The robot revolution already happened. The robot army is already here. The robot revolution already already happened. Already happened, Joshua Trent. Them robots. That robot army. All the what? All of that work is being done. Whoop! Chocolate Man says I gotta reframe tonight. I need to reframe with that GOOD. Akira. We got you, baby. Welcome.
How do you
I deal with setbacks, failures, delays, defeat, or other disasters.
I actually have a fairly simple way of dealing with these situations. It is actually one word to deal with all those situations. And that is good. And this is actually something that one of my guys that worked for me pointed out to me. He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. One day he was telling me about some issue that he was having. He said, I already know what you're going to say. And I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. 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 You're going to say good. You're going to say good. You're going to say good. Good. So that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say, good. Good. And I said, well, yeah. And I mean it. And that is how I feel. When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Oh, mission got canceled?
Good.
We can focus on another one. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. We can keep it simple. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Didn't get funded? Good. We own more of the company. Didn't get the job you wanted? Good. You can get more experience and build a better resume. You're gonna say good.
What?
You're gonna say
Good.
You're gonna say good. You're gonna say
Good.
good. Good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. Good. Got injured. Whoop. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Good. 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 Needed a break from training. Got tapped out. Good. 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 It's better to tap in training than to tap out on the street. Got beat. Good. 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 You learned. Unexpected problems. Good. 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 We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. And that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out, don't get startled, don't get frustrated. No. You just look at the issue and you say, good.
What up, Dow?
You're gonna say
good.
You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good.
Hi. You're gonna say good. 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 You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. Oh.
You're gonna say good. Good. I don't mean to say something that's all cliche. I don't mean to sound like Mr. Positive. Find the positive, but do that.
Do that.
Do that.
Do that.
Focus on the good.
Come on.
Just focus on the good. Take that issue, take that problem, take that issue, take that problem, and make it something good. Make it something good. And bring that attitude to your team. Do.
Chocolate man, you're gonna say.
You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. 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 You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. Good. And lastly, like to close this out.
What up, everybody? Make some noise.
The word.
All them wave emojis in the chat right now.
Guess what?
Guess what?
It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, go out on the attack. And that right there is about as good as it gets.
It's this fear of discomfort. People
What up, Clay?
extreme feeling in their
What up, Clay?
associations with exercise. They want to avoid discomfort. They feel any type of exercise is like something to be avoided. That's not for me. Fuck that. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to strain.
I don't want to
sweat.
sweat. I don't want to strain.
A lot of times this association that they have is about the beginnings of getting in shape. It's not about once you're actually fit. Because once you're actually fit and you look forward to it, it feels great. If I can't get a workout in, I look at my schedule and go, oh shit, I don't have any time for a workout. Which means I'm not going to get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. So instead of looking at it like, oh, I've got to go grunt and sweat, I'm thinking I'm not going to feel good. I'm not going to feel relaxed. I'm not going to feel carefree. Even appreciative, like my appreciation of things. And it gets enhanced greatly after exercise. I just feel better. I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. I want to sweat, I want to strain, 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 I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. See, it feels great. Most people, their associations are to avoid anything that's uncomfortable. It's so illogical. Discomfort is your friend. It really is. Discomfort, not being happy and content with certain situations in life. They're massive, massive motivators. They're amazing at facilitating change. Yet our instinct is to avoid those and just sit on the couch and watch some fucking reality show. It's bizarre. When I get really disciplined and really consistent with my workouts, I almost feel momentum. I feel like there's push behind me, like, all right, yeah, now I'm doing sweat. I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. I want to sweat, I want to strain, 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 I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Yeah, now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
All time now. I'm looking forward to the next time, and it makes that resistance much weaker, and it makes my motivation and my discipline much stronger. I think a lot of it is based on just the consistency. Blowing something off is not just bad for you physically, it's also bad mentally, because then that option is now available. The option to fuck off. You did it before, and you're probably going to do it again, and you'll get mediocre results, not just in that aspect of your life, maybe in all aspects of your life. That option to fuck off, when you embrace it, that is a pathway that you might choose when it comes to dealing with conflict in your personal life, business decisions, career decisions, like an uncomfortable decision that you might be faced with, what your pathway is in life, but you don't do it. Instead, you fuck off. And that inclination to fuck off, that gathers momentum as well. The inclination to be disciplined, that comes with momentum. I think both things. You take a path. I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. I want to sweat, I want to strain, 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 I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. It feels great.
It do though. It really do though.
You take a path, or the path of the fuck off. Your body is like a race car that you can juice up yourself. Like You can add the fat tires. You can add improved suspension. You can beef up the horsepower in the engine. You can do all that yourself. Or you could just choose to have this shitty body. No one's under the illusion that you're going to live forever. But you are enhancing the experience that you're really involved in right now. You are alive. You experience this life. But do you experience this life optimally? Is it as enjoyable as it can be? And we all know that there's a spectrum for that enjoyability. Like we've all had times in our life where it's not been so great. And then times in our life, everything came together like, what a fucking great day. Woo! Great day. Woo! Great day. Woo! Great day. Woo! Make more of those.
Make more of those.
Make more of those.
You can make more of those.
The whole thing's better. And then the whole thing's better. And I think when that whole thing is better, it affects everybody you touch, everybody that's around you, everybody you come in contact with. That in turn, I mean, it sounds so grandiose, but in turn can affect the entire race of human beings.
What's up? Super special request there for Clay. Clay is continuing to not give YouTube any of her money or anything. So you don't see her in the chat, but you can feel her presence. She's there. What's up? Wifey comes in, I'm like, shit, what's broken now? Nothing is broken. Get that good feeling. I was thinking about that this week. I just completed my second week of daily CrossFit, and 5 days a week. And initially, I fucking hated it. It was torture. I dreaded it. It was horrible. Now I love it. Now I'm like, you know, you're doing it, and you're being put through all these like awful exercises. And you're like, and you're like getting to the end of it. But then as soon as you're at the end of it, you're like bereft. Oh, I want to do it. It's like it's like a fairground ride. One of those really, really like legitimately terrifying ones, you know? And you're like, I want this to be over. And then it's like, you want to go again. I want to go again. I want to go again. I want to go get that good feeling. Ain't no feeling, baby, like lying in a little lake of your own sweat. When you've, I was talking about this with Ramadan, like the point where you've pushed yourself so far past what you thought were your limits, you can't like move your arms anymore, some shit like that, and all you can do is just laugh. All you can do is collapse. Well, you're already collapsed. You're lying on the floor in a pool of your own sweat. All you can do is laugh. The joyful laugh of getting that good feeling, baby. What up, though? Incidentally, if you didn't notice, I've been blogging again. I used to be the king of that shit. I invented that shit. I was like the first musician that had a blog. I invented a lot of things. I was the first musician that like had like a daily blog. People used to come to my blog and read about my adventures. I was having mad adventures, you know. It was enthralling to people. There wasn't social media then. You know, he was like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with this internet? There's not a huge amount of things to do on the internet. Akira The Don's got a blog and he's up to some mental shit. Let's go read that. It was like that, you know. Also, I put mixtapes on there and literally no one else did that. If you wanted to listen to like music online, you had to like go on a LimeWire. And then you'd like risk getting a sexually transmitted disease. You know, or a Soulja Boy song when what you was looking for was something else. Shout out to Soulja Boy. If you didn't know about that, I think about that a lot. Soulja Boy was such a pioneer. In the early days of Kazaa and LimeWire and all that, he used to upload his music and call it 50 Cent in the Club. So if you downloaded 50 Cent in the Club, it would be a Soulja Boy song. That's how Crank That Soldier Boy got big. Loads of people was downloading it without wanting to or meaning to, but they liked it. They were like, shit, this is catchy. Watch me crank that Soldier Boy and Superman that. Oh! They said to themselves, oh! But yeah, I've been blogging on platform. I've been blogging. Go to meaningwave.com and find a blog on there. I've been blogging on there. Shortened versions of them go on Instagram, but they're shorter than the big blogs because Instagram can only fit a certain amount of words. I think it's 900. I don't know why. The internet is limitless. Why put a cap on an Instagram caption? I don't know. We're going to switch up the vibes in here. This is a special request. Tom Stenson, what's up, baby? This one's for you.
The fact that life is transient is part of its liveliness. The poets, in speaking of the transience of the world, always utter their best poetry. You know.
Our revels now are ending. These our actors, as I foretold you, are all spirits, and are melted into air. The baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great earth itself, by all which it inherits shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. And our little life is rounded with a sleep. And said so well, it doesn't seem so bad after all, does it? You see, there's always in the poetry of evanescence a kind of funny nostalgia. Moralists will say, those lovely lips which you so delight to kiss today will in a few years rot and disclose the grinning teeth of a skull. So what? The skull says, lying in the grass, chattering finch and waterfly are not merrier than I. Here among the flowers I lie, laughing everlastingly. No, I may not tell the best. Surely, friends, I could have guessed. Death was but the good king's jest. It was hid so carefully.
That was a super special request right there for Tom Stinson. What's up, Tom Stinson? That's a lot of people's favorite song. A lot of people love that song. That's a classic right there from What's With Dreams. How you feeling out there, baby? What's cracking? How you feeling out there? Mama Don just came through and said she's made you a discount code. Exclusively for those of you that are here right now, you can get 10% off your order at meaningwave.com with the code Get That Good Feeling, which is a pretty good, Mama Don. Pretty good, Mama Don. Get that good feeling with 10% off your order at meaningwave.com. Get yourself a fine tank like this one, or some fine trousers like these. You know, get some cool shit. We got mad cool shit at meaningwave.com. Get 10% off your order because you are here tonight with Get That Good Feeling at checkout. Ooh. We got to do an international high five by Jove. All I want to know for the international high five is where you are and what was the highlight of your week. Let me know right now. Right now, we're going to do the international high five, Sheila. Yeah, we are. You ain't missed a thing. Multiverse Media Space says, woo, thank you, Mama Don. I know, isn't she wonderful? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Oh, Chocolate Man, I can't wait to hear the JBP LP vinyl on my 1973 Pioneer turntable with 2 BAMF. Yo, me neither, baby. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing. If you want updates on the Indiegogo campaign, just check the updates tab on the Indiegogo campaign. We're also posting them at meaningwave.com. If you have any specific questions, give us an email, wecare@meaningwave.com. Current status of the JBP Wave vinyl is it's in production. There have been international vinyl supply chain issues that have pushed all international vinyl production back months. We looked into possibly switching suppliers, but everyone else is actually, it would take longer because we're ahead in the queue. So that's where we're at with that. We've taken receipt of the first test presses, so the thing is trucking along and we shall keep you informed. What up, Fool Killer, says Maryland, and starting my daily journal today and this stream. The highlights of my week. Congratulations, I started daily journaling this week as well. In my Evernote, and then bits of that I've been turning into blogs. It's great writing, isn't it? It's very cool writing, getting it out of the head onto something. It's absolutely wonderful. XX Madog Madja XX. Thinking about my lover and princesses. Oh, okay. That's nice. That's nice. Sheila, Nashville, right now. Highlight of the week. Jules Vaughn, the Skull says. Matt Doak in New Mexico made wonderful things this week. Congratulations. We've got Chris Champagne in Retham MA. Rick Adelsey in Manchester, UK. What's up? Seeing my DJ friend Lioness do a set at a drum and bass night tonight. I knew her 4 years ago. And to see her doing her thing finally made me so damn proud of her. I used to know a Lioness. She used to be an MC. An MC called Lioness used to email me back in the day. Maybe it's another Lioness. We got Derek B in the place to be. Got a jobby job interview and plugged back into the Akira verse. Welcome back. And congratulations. Chris Champagne power washing the overgrown moss off my foundation today, so fresh and clean right now. Ain't nobody dope as me. Ain't nobody dope as me. Roberto Sanchez, Florida. Highlight of my week was hanging out with new friends. You wholesome thing, you. How wholesome. Gameplay TK, Columbus, Ohio. Got closer to finishing a first music project and spend time and dinner with my family. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Vanessa, highlight of the week, carb day today. Ha! Chris Champagne, power washing. Oh, I read that already. Yes, Tom Stinson says thanks for that, sir. God bless you. Roberto Sanchez, I read that one. Sivian, what's up? The other half of Vanessa, Melbourne, Australia. Highlight was several days of waking up in the middle of the night with wealth creation ideas. Them Naval tracks be powerful. They really do. They really do. Jake, Kansas City in the house, was interviewed for a podcast. You can search it on YouTube after this stream. Mystic Medicine interview with Jake Gutierrez. You should put that in the Discord so everybody can enjoy it. You could also pop it in a comment on the Telegram so everybody can enjoy it. Sensi Beats, Spaceship Earth, and this right here with all of you. Oh, also, addendum, Meaningwave exists! Nice. Noah says, my bro and I are sticking it out for one night. I hope that's not a euphemism. YouTube Hero Alex says, use the code, get that good feeling. All one word in caps at checkout for 10% off everything in the shop. Right now, that will last for the next 24 hours. Multiverse Media Space in PCBFL, still reveling in the beauty of the platonic love of my siblings here in the Wave fam and across the world. Ain't that the truth? That's just the triple truth roof. Triple truth roof. Sheila. Oh, and another highlight was listening to 80 Day All Day Old School. I got confused by the original Living in the Future after listening to the 2020 birthday stream version. Yo, the original Living in the Future, aka Living in 2004. which is a long time ago now. Shit, that's nearly 20 years ago. Savage Chill, Massachusetts, channeling my inner savage and managed to hit my 40% during a workout this week. Now I'm going to break through it. Yo! Yeah, I did that a couple times this week. It's shocking on the other side, isn't it? When you do that, when you push through and you go over the line. My guy is so great, right? My guy is so great. He goes, all right, mate. He calls me mate. He likes that I'm British. He likes some things about Britain or something, I don't know. Anyway, he's epic, you know. He's very cool. Like, you know, he has to translate things into English just for me. Everyone else speaks Spanish, you know. I don't speak a huge amount of Spanish, but I was number 1 on Duolingo this week. I did conquer the Duolingo charts. I smashed the Duolingo charts this week. Number 1, Sapphire League, blasted. So yeah, he comes over to me and I was doing this exercise bike thing, and we're doing this series. It's like, go all out on the exercise bike. And then you rest 2 minutes. Go all out, rest 2 minutes. I thought I was going all out. He came over and he's like, it's all in the mind. He goes, it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. You can do 110% now. Go. He's like a Mexican David Goggins, you know. The mind. I heard Goggins go, the mind controls everything, you know. It's a great thing about all these Meaningwave records. You're in the gym, and I've just constantly got fucking Jocko and Goggins and Rogan and all these people fucking up on my shoulders shouting at me. And then the real life Mexican, you know. And it was right. The next one, I did double. It was more than 110%. I literally did double what I'd done previously. I smashed my calories in half the time. And then when I got off the bike, I couldn't walk. My knees just went. I was on that bike shouting like that on that bike. But yeah, it's real, baby. You get through to the other side, and it's another dimension that you're in, right? And everything feels different, and the light is different. It's a crazy place to be, baby. Crazy place to be. Yeah, this is a special request from Vanessa for our friend Orsivian. Orsivian. Some things are in our control, and well, you know about those other ones. Yeah. Come on. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Aye. Things in our control, aye. Opinion, aye. Aim, aye. Desire, aye. Aversion, aye. And in a word, whatever our own actions, whatever our things are not in our control. Body, property, reputation, command, and in a word, whatever our not our own actions, whatever our not our own actions. The things in our control are by nature free, unrestricted and unhindered. Unrestricted and unhindered. Those not in our control are weak, dependent, restricted, alien, restricted, alien. Remember then, if you suppose the things which are dependent are also free, and take for thee what belongs to others, then you will be hindered, you'll lament, you'll be disturbed. You'll find fault with gods and men. You'll find fault with gods and men. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Yeah. But if you take for your own only that which is your own, and view what belongs to others such as it really is, no one will ever compel you, no one will ever restrict you. You'll find fault with no one, you will accuse no one. You will do nothing against your will. No one will hurt you, you'll have no enemy, and you will not be harmed. Aiming there for such great things, remember you must not allow no tendency in yourself to be trained to attain those lesser things. Instead you must entirely quit some, and for now postpone the rest. But if you would both have these great things along with power and riches, you'll not even gain the latter, cause you aim at the former, and you'll fail at the former, by which alone happiness and freedom are achieved. Some things and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Come on! Work then, so to say, to every harsh appearance. You are but an appearance, and by no means the real thing. And then examine it by those rules which you have. And first and chiefly this. And first and chiefly this. Whether it concerns things in our control, or those which are not, or those which are not. And if it concerns anything not in our control, be prepared to say that it is nothing to you. Aye. No! And others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Come on, some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. Some things are in our control, and others not. We didn't do the international high five yet. We was about to do it. I don't know why we didn't do it. Got sidetracked on something. Shouts out to everybody logged in. That was a special request for Osivian. Ooh, man like Jake Gooty's in the house says, sick. I was listening to this jam earlier. Mowing my yard. More sax, more sax, more sax, more sax. Yeah. Make some noise for that sax, baby. Make some noise for that sax. Come on. Savage Chill says, I'm coming for that level of breakthrough you experienced. Akira! You know, it wasn't too hard for me to experience that level of breakthrough since I've been doing so little, like, extreme exercise. You know, my exercise had basically consisted of doing this. For a while, I hadn't done much more than this, and that's cool. I'm not in bad shape because like I don't eat stupid, you know what I mean, and shit like that. I'm not bad, but yo, it's a whole different ball game out there. What I am experiencing now. Anyway, international high five o'clock. It's time for that international high five by Jove. Let's do it. 3, 2. 1. Which hand is it? This one. That one right there. You better hold that. Become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. Until this is true. Become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. Until this is true. Become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. Until this is true.
If you really want to get paid in this world, you want to be number one at whatever it is that you're doing.
Do you know who Akira The Don is?
Of course, he's amazing.
Big facts.
And it can be niche, that's the point. It can literally be you getting paid for just being you. people
Ruben
are that way. Oprah gets paid for being Oprah. Joe Rogan gets paid for being Joe Rogan. They're being authentic to themselves. You want to be number one, but you want to keep changing what you do until you're number one. You can't just pick something arbitrary. You can't say, I'm going to be the fastest runner in the world, and now you got to beat Usain Bolt. That's too hard of a problem. But what you can do is you can keep changing what your objective is until it arrives to your specific knowledge, your skill sets, your position, your capabilities, your location, your interest, knowledge, your skill sets, your position, your capabilities, your location, your interest, and then converges to making you number one.
Number one, I
Become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. Until this is true. Become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. Until this is true.
When you're searching for what to do, you actually have two different foci that you have to keep in mind at all points. One of those is, I want to be the best at what I do. And the second is, what I do is flexible so that I am the best at it. I am the best at it. Until you arrive at a comfortable place where you're like, yes, this is something I can be amazing at while still being authentic to who I am. And this is not going to be an overnight discovery. It's going to be a long journey. But at least you know how to think about it. The most important thing for a company is to find product market fit. The important thing for an entrepreneur is to find founder product market fit, where you are naturally inclined to build the right product which has a market. That's a three focus problem, which is you got to make all three of those work at once. If you want to be successful in life, you just have to get comfortable managing multivariate problems, multiple objective functions at once. And this is one of those cases where you have to map at least two or three at once.
Become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. Until this is true. Become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. Until this is true. Become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. Until this is true. Become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. Until this is true. Come on! Become the best in the world. Become the best in the world. Become the best in the world.
Yeah.
Become the best in the world.
Yeah, that's a special request right there. That's Akira The Don and Naval, Ravikant. Who was that? That was for Ruben, wasn't it? That was for Ruben Ponce. Ruben Ponce, who's also a new member. Congratulations! Yes, exactly.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, you get all that. You get all that. We got another new member, Chuck Lemaine. Chuck Lemaine in the place to be. What's up? Das ist Mars. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Okay, we got special requests all over the place here because it's the Super Request Show. How is the International High Five for you today, by the way? How is the International High Five? How'd that work out for you guys? I hope it worked out well. This next one is a super special request. It was requested by multiple people. Multiple people requested this.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
Jung had a patient come to him who felt alone, and she drew a picture of herself as caught in the rocks.
Well, I'll be damned.
From the waist down, she was bound in rocks.
Chris Jeff Roberto Sanchez, this is View Boys.
Shore, the wind blowing, the hair blowing, and all the gold, which is the sign of the vitality of life, was locked in the rocks. The next picture that he had her draw had followed something he had said to her. Suddenly, a lightning flash hit the rocks, and the gold came pouring out. And then she found reflected on rocks round about the gold. And there was no more gold in the rocks. It was all available on the top. And in the conferences that follow, those patches of gold were identified. They were her friends. She wasn't alone, but she had locked herself in her own little room and life. But she had friends. But she had friends. Do you see what I'm meaning? This is killing the dragon. This is killing the dragon. And in doing that, you save the world. Kill the dragon, 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 save the world. Save the world. Save the world. Kill the dragon, save the world. Kill the dragon, save the world. Kill the dragon, save the world.
How do I slay that dragon in me? What's the journey I have to make? You have to make. Each of us has to make. You talk about something called the soul's high adventure.
My general formula for like students is follow your bliss, study, find where it is, and don't be afraid to follow it. Follow your bliss, study, find where it is, and don't be afraid. If the work that you're doing is the work that you chose to do because you were enjoying it, that's it. But if you think, oh gee, I couldn't do that, that's your dragon locking you in. Oh no, I couldn't be a writer. Oh no, I couldn't do what so-and-so is doing.
Unlike the classical heroes, we're not going on our journey to save the world, but to save ourselves.
And in doing that, you save the world.
I mean, you do.
The influence of a vital person vitalizes. There's no doubt about it. The world is a wasteland. People have the notion of saving the world by shifting it around and changing the rules and so forth. No, any world is a living world if it's alive. And the thing is to bring it to life. And the way to bring it to life is to find in your own case where your life is and be alive yourself, it seems to me. If you have someone who can help you, that's fine too. But ultimately, the last trick has to be done by you. This is killing the dragon. And in doing that, you save the world. Kill the dragon, 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 save the world. Save the world. Save the world. Kill the dragon, 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 save the world.
What I do?
Big one for Roberto Sanchez and Druff.
This is killing the dragon. And in doing that, you save the world.
Kill the dragon, save the world. Kill the dragon, save the world. Kill the dragon, save the world.
Kill the dragon, save the world. And in doing that, you save the world.
Kill the dragon, save the world. Kill What up, Mason? Appreciate you, baby. Good choice.
After 6 million years of boredom, the evolutionary ascent of our species from the last common ancestor with the chimpanzee, something extraordinary happened to us less than 100,000 years ago, which, by the way, is long after we'd become anatomically modern. It was a kind of emergence into consciousness. We became fully symbolic creatures. Fully symbolic creatures. And we became fully symbolic creatures. Fully symbolic creatures. And this great change has been defined as the single most important step forward in the evolution of human behavior, is intimately associated with the emergence of the great and transcendent rock and cave art all around the world.
Around the world, around the world, around the world,
all around the world,
around the world, around the world.
Over the last 30 years, researchers have suggested an intriguing and radical possibility, which is that this emergence into consciousness was triggered by our ancestors' encounters with visionary plants. We became fully symbolic creatures. Fully symbolic creatures. And we became fully symbolic creatures. Fully symbolic creatures. If you analyze the cave art, there are so many details that make it clear that this was an art of altered states of consciousness, of visions. Visions. Plants like the Amanita muscaria mushroom or psilocybin mushroom appear to have been directly connected with this sudden and radical change. And we became fully symbolic creatures. Fully symbolic creatures. And we became fully symbolic creatures. Fully symbolic creatures. We became fully symbolic creatures. Fully symbolic creatures. And we became fully symbolic creatures. Fully
Thank you,
symbolic creatures.
Yeah. Special request from Mason. Big up, baby. Appreciate you. Yo, shouts out to everybody. Look, dude! Who requested Divine Human? I swear I saw someone request Divine Human right at the beginning, but then it's not in my list. Did I imagine that? Did someone request Divine Human or not? I just do not know. I just do not know. What I do know is it's a beautiful day to be alive here at the peak of recorded human civilization. I do know it's a beautiful day to cancel Netflix if you haven't already. I mean, you really should have cancelled it a long time ago, but if you haven't already, please, you really should. You really should. They hate you. They actively hate you. You shouldn't give money to people who hate you. You know? Don't give money to people who hate you. It's such a weird thing to do. You know, just don't do it. Don't do it. Shouts out to Noah. Man like Noah. Just caught some Meaningwave merch. Let's go. One's in the chat if you're wearing Meaningwave merch right now. One's in the chat if you're wearing Meaningwave merch right now. Ah, Chris Champagne. It was Chris Champagne. In the place to be. What up, Chris Champagne?
How you doing, baby? I got a record for you. I got a record for you! I do! We just pull it up. My DJ library's gone weird and certain records have just disappeared. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? We will not be perturbed or perturbed or any of those things. This one goes out to Chris Champagne! Yeah! Aye.
What is divine deserves our respect because it is good.
What is human deserves our attention because it is like us. What is divine deserves our respect because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us.
Yo, nothing is more pathetic than people who run around in circles, delving into the things that lie beneath, and conducting investigation into the souls of the people around them, when all you have to do is pay attention to the power inside you and worship it sincerely. Keep it becoming muddled with turmoil, becoming aimless and dissatisfied with nature.
Yo!
Just worship it sincerely. Keep it becoming muddled with turmoil, becoming aimless and dissatisfied with nature.
Divine and human
deserves our respect because it is good.
What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. What is divine deserves our respect because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. Yeah. 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 Come on. I pity too. And I pity too.
And I pity too, sometimes, for its inability to tell good from bad is terrible. A blindness is the kind that can't tell white from black. Even if you're gonna live 3,000 more years or 10 times that, remember, you can't lose another life than this one. You can't live another down, you're losing. Longest demands are the same as the shortest. The present is the same for everyone. It's lost is the same for everyone. And it should be clear that a brief instant is all that is lost. Cause you can't lose either past or the future. How could you lose what you don't have? Remember two things.
One,
everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same, but it keeps recurring. Ay, ay. Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same.
Everything has always been the same, and it keeps recurring. What is divine deserves our respect because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. What is divine deserves our respect because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same.
Everything has always been the same. Everything is everything. Everything is.
The longest lived and those who will die soonest
lose the same thing.
The present is all they can give up.
The present is all they can give up.
Since that's all you have, and what you do not have, you cannot lose.
Aye.
That's all you have, and what you do not have, you cannot lose.
That's all you have, and what you do not have, you cannot lose. Yo, Chris Champagne, what's up?
Akira. It's for the heroes.
Because, I mean, I'm talking with the person who gave us the AMA, gave me Blue Church, Jordan Hall. And part of that is this idea, which is the religion that's not a religion, and trying to come up with a post-religious faith. Because here's the idea. This is probably, in some ways, my most radical idea. I want to do what, like, Augustine did as the Roman Empire is falling. He laid the foundation. He laid the cultural cognitive grammar for an entirely different culture, and they stole the culture bottom up. He laid the cultural cognitive grammar for an entirely different culture, and they stole the culture bottom up. I want to help steal the culture. Steal it away. Steal it away. I want to help steal the culture. Away. Steal it away. Steal it away. And do everything I can.
Do everything I can, and I can. I want to help steal the culture away,
steal it away, steal it away from the imperial system. At some point clamped down again, but nevertheless we shifted out of antiquity. We shifted to a different world. So I want to try and do that. I want to try and create the systems of meaning, the religion that's not a religion, the ecologies of practices, the communities, the networks of communities. All of this is already happening. Really empower it, both in terms of its grammar, give it the best scientific tools for engineering the practices and the ecology of practices. I basically want to steal the culture.
Whoa!
Away. Steal it away. Steal it away. I want to help steal the culture. Away. Steal it away. Steal it away. And do everything I can.
And I can. Do everything I can. And I can. I want to help steal the culture. Away. Steal it away.
Steal it away. The people who have been abusing us for such a very long time. And I usually don't speak politically because I think the political framing is often a deep misrepresentation of the issue, at least the way in which political discourse has been sort of been ossified. It's been ossified in ways that make choice no longer really relevant. And Christianity stole the culture away from the elites of its time. Now, new elites form. They always will. But the culture changed, and it changed in an important way. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I see myself doing with a lot of these other people. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I see myself doing with a lot of these other people. I want to help steal the culture. Away. Steal it away. Steal it away. I want to help steal the culture. Away. Steal it away. Steal it away. Do everything I can.
And I can. Do everything I can. And I can.
I want to help steal the culture. Away. Steal it away. Steal it away.
Protection is the portal to heaven. We call your blessings, Father, with our faith. Kingdom, our demons, our trembler, holy angels, defending, Father, with our faith. Steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away.
The whole point about the metaphor is we can't win by playing the game. That's right. My way of trying to understand what it is to not play their game and to shift over to a totally different game, to shift the culture, is to steal the culture. The only thing I can get from history that's been able to do that are religions. But for reasons that I've articulated, I don't want, it's not personally, I mean in terms of the functionality, I don't think the standard model, the axial age model of religion is going to do what we need in order to steal the culture as deeply as we need to steal it.
Use this gospel.
$20.76. Thank you for the support. That was an excellent choice.
Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man. I'm doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice. And I'm freeing yourself from all due distractions. Yes, you can. If you do everything as if it was the last thing you were doing in your life, and stop being aimless. Stop letting your emotions override what your mind knows. Stop being hypocritical, self-centered, irritable. You see how few things you have to do to live a satisfying and reverent life. If you can manage this, that's all even the gods can ask of you. Yeah, keep on degrading yourself. So soon your chance of dignity, it will be gone. Everybody gets one life. Yours is almost all used up now. Instead of treating yourself with respect, you have entrusted your own happiness unto the souls of others. Unto the souls of others. Do external things distract you? Then make time to learn something worthwhile. Stop letting yourself be pulled in all directions, but make sure you guard against the other kind of confusion. People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every thought and impulse towards, are wasting all their time, even when hard at work. Even when hard at work. Ignoring what goes on in other people's souls. No one ever came to grief that way. But if you won't keep track of what your own soul's doing, how can you not be unhappy? Don't ever forget these things, the nature of the world, my nature, how I relate unto the world, what proportion of it I make up, that you are part of nature, and no one can prevent you from speaking and acting in harmony with it. Always. Come on. Yeah, keep on degrading yourself. So soon your chance of dignity, it will be gone. Everybody gets one life. Yours is almost all used up now. But instead of treating yourself with respect, you have entrusted your own happiness unto the souls of others. Unto the souls of others. Yo, big tune!
Akira The Don and Marcus Aurelius, Souls of Others from the album Meditations Volume 1. I think that was Richard Young. That was Richard Young. Thank you, Richard Young, for the support and for that excellent choice. Speaking of excellent choices.
So then we came up with a yet more elaborate theory, which I prefer. The only country that has really taken an interest in these crop circles, other than the English themselves, are the Japanese. This has gotten immense coverage in Japan, in the popular press.
Oh, them wave emojis, let's get it.
Go to these crop circles. The number of Japanese is astonishing. Miti, which is the study of semiotics, in the study of the Western mind and how it relates to the manipulation of certain symbols, because they are in charge of marketing and advertising and creating a marketing psychology in Japan. So what I think we're dealing with here is a ultra-clandestine team of ninja stem snappers who pose as Japanese tourists and television crews and so forth, and then at the drop of a hat can flash into this stem snap,
Ike man, right?
create these things, and the press that it generates and the discussion provides a very deep index into the English mind. Notice how eerily appealing to the English mind this is, and it's possible that you can extend to the cattle mutilations of a few years ago in the Midwest. The relationship of cattle mutilations in the lonely western prairie under a crescent moon, the relationship of that image to the American mystique of the lonesome cowboy and the fight at the OK Corral and all is eerily similar to the relationship of the English mind to its earth mysteries out there on the Ellsbury Plain. It's a human immensity, and that therefore it's some kind of a disinformation project. To the emerging messages from the telluric depths of the suffering earth. Hey, maybe it's happening, but I was raised in the tradition of Occam's razor, which says hypotheses should not be multiplied without necessity, and I saw no necessity of reaching out to that. I should make it clear, I don't believe this stuff. I don't believe this stuff. I don't believe this stuff.
I don't believe this stuff.
Born like this, into this. As the chalk faces smile, as Mrs. Death laughs, as political landscapes dissolve, as the oily fish spit out their oily prey, we are born like this, into hospitals which are so expensive that it's cheaper to die. Into lawyers who charge so much, it's cheaper to plead guilty. Into a country where the jails are full and the madhouses closed. Into a place where the masses elevate fools into rich heroes. Born into this, walking and living through this, dying because of this. Castrated, debauched, disinherited because of this. The fingers reach toward an unresponsive God. The fingers reach for the bottle, the pill, the powder. We are born into this sorrowful deadliness. There will be open and unpunished murder in the streets. It will be guns and roving mobs. Land will be useless. Food will become a diminishing return. Nuclear power will be taken over by the many. Explosions will continually shake the earth. Radiated men will eat the flesh of radiated men. The rotting bodies of men and animals will stink in the dark wind. And there will be the most beautiful silence never heard. Born out of that, the sun hidden there, awaiting the next chapter.
I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration.
11 Cambros.
I will face my fear.
11 Cambros, thank you for the request. This one goes out to Sice.
I will permit it to pass over me and through me.
What up?
And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.
Yo!
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Pain. Pain.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Pain. Pain.
What's in the box?
Aye. What's in the box? What's in the box? Pain. Pain. Come on. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Pain.
Pain.
So anyhow, wasn't getting crazy in the drugs or anything like that. But I had one night where I ended up in a taxi cab, and a woman said something to me, kind of rejected me in like a mean way. And I hadn't done anything wild, I just expressed some interest, and she expressed interest, and then I returned the expression, and then she was mean to me. And she didn't reject me, rejection is fine, but she was mean to me also. The taxi driver dropped her off, we were in a taxi. Next thing you know, I end up with a taxi driver. 4 hours later, me and him are doing cocaine together, and I'm driving the taxi. He's in the back with an escort. He bought me an escort, I don't want no escort. You know? Luigi, that was the guy's name. And we're in North Harlem and I'm driving a taxi, and the meter is still running, I'm still paying for that taxi. Wasn't getting crazy, but I had one night. One night, I wasn't getting crazy, but I had one night. And that morning I was in New York because I had to be on a big radio show called The Utopia and Jim Norton radio show, and they had like 1 million listeners, and it was a huge opportunity. If you'd have asked me the night before, hey man, are you gonna stay up all night partying before you go into the radio, I'd have said, no way.
No way, Drop 42. Oh.
And then here I was in this moment, and it's 5 a.m. I gotta go to the radio, you know? I mean, I got to my hotel after driving taxi and then paying for it. Dude, just blown out of my mind, dude. I couldn't feel my face with either hand. At first I thought something was wrong with my hands, but then I realized something wrong with my face. I get to the radio station. Dude, I took 3 showers in 10 minutes before I went there. So you know you want some really svelte dust if you're taking 3 showers in 10 minutes and drying off between each one. And that's cocaine, papa. I wasn't getting crazy. I had one night. I had one night. I had one night. I wasn't getting crazy. But I had one night. I had one night. I had one night. And I get to the radio station, and I can't even talk. And the other guest for the day was Darryl Strawberry, Hall of Fame baseball player. And you can look him up, and he's one of the greatest baseball players ever, but his career was really altered by cocaine. And here he was, I was on the radio with him. I had collected his call, I was young, and I couldn't even talk. The main gift that God had given me was my voice, and I couldn't even use it. Because I've been up all night, just using drugs to feel good somehow. Using drugs to feel good somehow. Using drugs to feel good somehow. Or using drugs to feel anything. Using drugs to feel good somehow. Using drugs to feel good somehow. Using drugs to feel good somehow. Or using drugs to feel anything. I wasn't even crazy, but I had one night. I had one night. I had one night. I wasn't getting crazy, but I had one night. I had one night. I had one night. But we're never gonna survive unless we get a little closer. No, we're never gonna survive unless we get a little. And I get to the radio station, because I'd always thought in my head, oh, Darryl Strawberry, you thought about him and you thought, oh, he's on drugs, he's this and that, he ruined his life. But then here he was in front of me, he was 13 years sober, he was eloquent, successful, and I mean, he was a dang king sitting in front of me. And at one moment, that's where some things lined up in my life. That's where some things lined up in my mind and said, oh, hey, look, here you are with this gift you think you have, that you can communicate. You can't even talk because you fucked up, right? Because you've been out driving taxi. And here you are with somebody who you had judged as being fucked up, and here he is, the king. And it just lined things up in a perfect moment where I just had this like, oh, I need to, something needs to change for me.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my days. Oh my days. I think that's the first time I played that last song. I think the first time I played that one. Played it, you know. As in, you know, played it. Not just like made it. I made it. I remember making it. It was a joyful one to make. Theo Von and Akira The Don, aka Von Don. Von Don Don Von. Don Von Von Don. Von Don Von Don Don Von. Telling stories. Have you heard that album? It's really good. It's really good if you've not heard that album.
Akira.
We're never gonna survive unless. Telling stories, baby. Out now on all streaming platforms and download platforms too. I would definitely recommend download your Meaningwave. Download it. Download it. You never know. You never know what's gonna go on. Like, you know, I ain't inviting these things, and it is my intention. It is very much my intention that our music remains on all streaming platforms. I have
I have observed some deplatforming going on recently that started to happen on Spotify. They've started kicking people off. They kicked one rapper off. He said, what did he say? Well, they didn't kick him off. They banned his song. So they banned his song because he said, like, if my son came home in a dress, I'd go get a belt or something like that. Thing is, it's slippery slope ain't the word for it. If you're gonna if you're just gonna say you're gonna say, okay, we don't like content on our platform that is in any way rude or disrespectful to people who have same-sex relationships, you're gonna have to remove all 90s rap music. You're gonna have to remove like 92% of DMX records. Would you really want to do that? Is that really what you want to do? Do you want to remove DMX records? That ain't gonna go well. So anyway, that's a diversion from the point, which is secure your records and own them, download them. They've recently introduced streaming technology into DJ software. So for the longest time, the fact that I DJ, that made me keep downloading music because I wanted to own it so that I could, I have it so that I could play the files, you know? So I could play it when I wanted to have it in my library. They've now integrated into my track to DJ software, they've integrated streaming capabilities, right? But I ain't doing it. I mean, I'm doing it as in I'm gonna use it for to try things out. But anything I like, I'm gonna keep downloading. Anything I like, I'm gonna keep downloading. Because you can't trust these people. You cannot trust these people. He's got clout. You know, they actively hate you. They actively want to mind wipe you and your family into thinking exactly what they think, and anything that gets in the way of that, they will destroy. You know, they will and they intend to do that. They intend to take everything you love and destroy it. You know, it's an interesting thing. They've done it to every single franchise. I can't think of a franchise they've not done it to. If there was a cartoon or a movie you loved in your childhood, some creepy weirdo will have made a version of it that deliberately perverts everything that was good and lovely about it, right? Because they hate you, and they want to destroy your family and brainwash your children into becoming miserable losers like them, right? You know, they've just done it to my guy He-Man. Apparently, I don't watch these things. It's very, very important to not watch them. It's very important to watch. No, I never watched The Last Jedi because I'm not stupid. I knew what that was going to be. I could see that coming a mile off. Now, here's the thing, right? I hung out with posh people once. You know, I spent a little bit of time in Oxford hanging out with posh people, right? And there's a thing that posh people do. I was hanging out with boys and girls, and the boys and girls both did it. They had like these clubs they wanted to get into, right? If you want to be in the club, all the prime ministers, or most of the prime ministers of the UK were in that club, you know? So you want to get in that club. But the way you get in that club is doing weird shit. Now, one of the versions of them, the female one, these are the women who kind of run the UK. A lot of them went to this particular school and they had to join this particular kind of club. And it has a joining ritual. And the ritual is you have to like drink a pint of gin, right? And like bang some gear. And then you have to like go and find like a homeless guy and smooch him, you know, or something else. Family unfriendly activities. And they all had to do that, and they all had to take Polaroid pictures and stuff, and then you're in the club. Now, it seems that there's a Hollywood club, and it's like, to get in the Hollywood club, what we have to do is you have to direct a movie based on a beloved franchise, and you have to destroy it. And then you get in a certain club thing. You know, so that round-headed Johnson fool, who desecrated Luke Skywalker, you know, that was his job. It's like, all right, if you want to get up to the next level in Hollywood land, you have to destroy Luke Skywalker. He's like, I guess, okay, I'll do that. Kevin Smith's done that now. It's like Kevin Smith desperately wants so badly to direct a Marvel movie. He wants to do it so badly, you know, that he spent the past, like, 5 years, decade, or whatever it is, like, every time a Marvel movie comes out, he'll post a selfie of himself crying. You know, like he just witnessed like the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. You know, goes, Spider-Man, my heart. You know, and you're like, shit, this guy really wants to direct a Marvel movie, huh? This guy really wants to be let back in the club, because he was in the club for a while, and then he made a movie with Jennifer Lopez, and it didn't do very well, and everyone said it sucked. And then he was out at the club, and he was like, shit, what am I going to do now? I'm going to have to do podcasts. You know, so he was doing podcasts and crying, you know, podcasts and crying. And, you know, then they let him have a crack at He-Man. But, you know, it's like The Meeting. You ever hear that Bill Hicks joke where they talk about, like, when you become president and you campaign on all this stuff. I'm going to make ice cream free for everybody. Free ice cream for everybody. Everyone's like, ooh, I'm going to vote for that guy. I like ice cream. You know, and then you get in there and then they come in to see you and they go, all right, so about that ice cream stuff. Like these guys, a bunch of guys, you know, shadowy guys. You come in a room with the guys when you've been elected president, and they go, all right, you know, that ice cream stuff, don't worry about that, all right? You're going to do this, 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 and this. And don't worry about the ice cream. And new president goes, but the ice cream, you know, I said they were going to get ice cream. And then they show the president a video. And it's a video of JFK. But it's from an angle no one's ever seen before, as his head explodes in a pink convertible or whatever it was. And you go, oh, okay, so... What am I supposed to do type thing. And I think it's like that with you know, all right, you're gonna direct He-Man, but you gotta destroy He-Man. You've gotta make him look ridiculous. You gotta, like, you know, invert everything about it. You know, it's supposed to be all wholesome messages for kids. No. Okay, we want to invert that. It's gonna be awful messages for kids about how you should be an ungrateful, miserable, mean-spirited asshole or something. And you go, well, I really want to be in a club, so okay, you know. And that's what goes on. The long and short, the short and long is don't give them your money and don't watch their stupid shit. You know what it's gonna be. You can see it coming a million miles off. You need to stop. And I know you're all smart, so it's probably, I'm not really talking to you. Maybe there's one of you out there that has failed to catch on to this. But what was it Peterson was saying earlier about recognizing patterns? You know what I mean? I saw this shit coming in 2012. You know what I mean? I haven't watched nothing for so long. Because you know what it's going to be. The big question is what are they going to do when they've run out of beloved franchises to desecrate? Like, what the fuck are they going to do there? Because you know they ain't got any ideas of their own. Like, what is that? Tampon Woman, or what was that thing? What was that one with that comic that came out recently, and it was like the superpower was like swinging off your armpit hair or something? That would be very painful. I wouldn't recommend that. So yeah, that's the big question. The question is not like, ooh, is it going to be any good? No, it's not going to be any good. It's going to be awful. It's going to be horrific. It's going to be an affront to everything that came before, and it's going to be deliberately engineered to hurt you and you know, distort your children's idea of what it is to be a human being. So that's easy. You know the answer to that question. The question is what the fuck are they going to do when they run out of shit to desecrate? Because they're nearly out. They're really nearly out. It's getting to the point now they're going to have to be doing, like, I don't know, like B-movies and stuff. What were those, like, Gremlins rip-offs? What were the Gremlins, like Critters, shit like that? They're going to have to do Critters. Anyway, shouts out to everybody. Biological bootloader says, Robot Chicken prepared Gen X for this. Why do you never hear about Gen X? People are always talking about boomers and they're always talking about millennials. Akira. You always hear people talking about boomers and millennials and Generation Z. You rarely hear people talking about Gen X. Why is that? Why is that? Is it because Gen X is mad cool? It's really cool. I mean, Generation X is the coolest name for a generation. Generation X. It sounds like a superhero team. Like a cool one from the 90s when superhero teams were cool. They're really cringe now. Oh my god, do you know what they did with the X-Men this year? Like every year in Marvel Comics back in the day, there'd be an event. It's like, what's the event this year in Marvel Comics? Galactus is coming back. Oh, whoa. Everyone's going to get together and fight Galactus. That was like the event one year. Another event. What's going on? Oh, Carnage, Cletus Cassidy, the Venom symbiote has birthed a really awful, evil, horrible, mass-murdering psychopath version. And all the superheroes have got to get together and fight that guy. You're like, oh, shit. This year's Marvel Summer event was... They basically did RuPaul's Drag Race. They basically had a mutant fashion show. That's literally what happened. They had a fashion show. That was this year's summer event.
Akira. He's got clout. The Buddha.
It's a wonderful and hilarious time to be alive, I gotta say.
He's got clout.
DJ Little Fever, what's up?
Japan call it Jiji Muge.
GG.
Muge. Between event and event, there is no block.
Well.
And they represent this imagistically as a network. Imagine a multidimensional spider web covered in dew.
In the morning. Aye. Aye. In the morning.
A single drop of dew on this web contains in it the reflections of all the other drops of dew. And of course, in turn, in every drop of dew that one drop reflects, there is the reflection of all the others again. And they use this image to represent the interdependence of everything in the world. You see, it takes two.
We could have so much fun, but it takes more than one.
You see, it takes two.
We could have so much fun, but it takes more than one.
Yeah.
In other words, if we give this dewdrop image, if we put it into a linguistic analogy, we would say this: words have meaning only in context. The meaning of any word depends upon the sentence or upon the paragraph in which it's found. So that if I say, this tree has no bark,
woof,
that's one thing. And if I say, this dog has no bark,
whoa,
that's another thing.
That's another thing. Shouts out to the visuals. Ooh!
So you see, always.
Did you see that pedo?
Word is in relation to the context. Now, in exactly the same way, the meaning, as well as the existence of an individual person, an organism, is in relation to the context. You are what you are. Sitting here at this moment, in your particular kind of clothes, and with the particular colors of your faces and your particular personalities, your family involvements, your business involvement, your neuroses and your everything. You are that precisely in relation to an extremely complex. You see, it takes two. We could have so much fun,
but it takes more than one.
You see,
it takes two. We could have so much fun, but it takes more than one. She done what?
If a given stuff
Noah C
didn't exist,
shouts out to you, Noah C.
Be different.
Wanted to hear that one night. You heard that one night. What a banger.
You wouldn't exist, but you would exist differently. You might say the connection is very faint, is something that you don't ordinarily have to think about. It's not important. But basically it is important. Only you say, I don't have to think about it, because it's there all the time. See, for example, the floor is underneath you all the time. Some sort of floor, some sort of earth. And you really don't have to think about it. It's just always there, it's always around. If you become insensitive, you stop thinking about it. But there it is. And so the same way, our subtle interdependence with, mind you, it's not just our plain existence, it's the kind of existence is dependent upon all these things. Also our plain existence, but that gets way down. The fundamental thing is existence is relationship. In other words, if my finger out here is all alone and the wind doesn't move and nothing touches it, it stops knowing that it's there. But if something comes along and does, immediately it's aware that it's there. So,
takes two. We could have so much fun, but it takes more than one. You see, it takes two. We could have so much fun, but it takes more than one. She don't wanna.
Well, what the hell's going on? Why am I selling out 3,000 person auditoriums?
He's got clout.
I use the stage, let's say, as a opportunity in real time to think. I've been thinking, well, if you're surfing, you don't confuse yourself with the wave. The wave. The wave. That's a real mistake. You might be on top of the wave. Not the wave. The wave. The wave. That's a real mistake. You might be on top of the wave. Not the wave. I think this long discussion and the public hunger.
Ike Man Reed, what's up?
Like that. There's a technological revolution. It's a
thank you for the support. This one's for you.
Online video and audio. Immediately accessible to everyone all over the world. It's turned the spoken word into a tool that has the same reach as the printed word. So it's a Gutenberg revolution in the domain of video and audio. And it might be even deeper than the original Gutenberg revolution because it isn't obvious how many people can read, but lots of people can listen. The wave. The wave. The wave. You might be on top of the wave. The wave. The wave. The wave. You might be on top of the wave. The wave. I mean, you got a little bit of that with TV, right? And you got a little bit of it with radio. But there was bandwidth limitations that were really stringent, especially in TV, where you could get 30 seconds if you were lucky and 6 minutes if you were stellar to elucidate a complicated argument. So you can't do that. Everything gets compressed to a kind of oversimplified entertainment. But now, all of a sudden, we have this forum for long-form discussion, real long-form discussion. Turns out that everyone is way smarter than we thought.
Whoa!
The wave. The wave. The wave. That's a real mistake. You might be on top of the wave.
You're not the wave.
The wave.
The wave.
You might be on top of the wave.
You're not the wave.
The people at the forefront of this are being cascaded forward like a surfer on a giant wave on this technological transformation. It's necessary to keep your ego under control. With regards to the people coming to see me, the proper attitude towards that, and I think this is true for any performer, is gratitude. You bloody well be happy those people are there. And you should never think there's something spectacularly special about yourself that's attracting these people and that somehow you're above them and they're your fans, or there's this real power differential, even though that sort of manifests itself because people are so happy to see you. That's a dangerous pathway, and I truly am ridiculously overwhelmed and grateful and happy and pleased that all these people show up.
Ike Man Reed.
So the accountability mirror is something that I kind of came up with in high school. Like I said, I started shaving my head when I was 16. And I got caught up in trying to impress so many people because no one liked me. So I developed so many different identities. Let me sag my pants. You know, let me pull my pants up. Let me talk this way or act this way or be this way or whatever the hell it may be. God, dog, there's so many different things I did to try to fit in with so many different groups that when you look in the mirror, that's the one person you can't lie to. So every morning I would shave my head thinking, God, I'll reflect back on on some of the lies I may have told somebody or some of the ways I acted I didn't feel comfortable doing. And I did it to impress other normal people. The key word there is normal, everyday people. I was trying to make other people like me. How pathetic is that? So this mirror would always tell me, my reflection would say, God, you are a pathetic man. How does it feel every day to be this way? So I would just start having myself accountable. How did I attack today? How did I attack yesterday? And if I didn't do something I was proud of, I'd write down a sticky note and I would fix it. And I would fix it. So then my senior year in high school, it was a totally different David Goggin. There was a lunch table. I wanted to sit the cool guy lunch table, man. I wanted to, even though everybody was calling me a nigga all the time, I wanted to try to act like somebody I wasn't so I could fit in. I sold my soul to the devil. I'm David fucking Goggins. That's who I am. And so I wrote down on a piece of paper, fuck the table, sit by your fucking self.
You did?
And that's what I did, and guess what happened? My table became a table people started sitting at. Because a whole bunch of people in that lunchroom felt exactly like I did. Fuck the table, sit by your fucking self. 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 I had a laundry list of things that I just write down in this fix. So I write it down and fix it.
Yo, special request for Sice right there. Akira The Don and David Goggins, Accountability Mirror. Accountability Mirror right there. Hey, yo, big shouts out to Kyle Kashev, who just tweeted, what's your workout routine? I put on Meaningwave, and David Goggins yells at me for a couple of hours. That's real shit right there. That's real shit right there. Shouts out to you, shouts out to everyone that spreads the word of Meaningwave, which, word around town, I heard somewhere, Meaningwave exists! That's what I heard. I heard it exists! What up, Vanessa? Says, loving all the CRT moving up.
I've been free.
Thank you.
Whatever I want.
It brings me so much joy, although YouTube doesn't like it. It's
style I want.
YouTube doesn't like it.
So I
YouTube compresses the shit out of it, but
and by now I won't have it any.
It's so beautiful. Look at that.
Life is good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Why settle for less?
Be open to experience. Be willing to try new things. Don't have a rigid plan. Accept random acts of hospitality without judgment or fear. Don't be afraid to wander. Don't be afraid to eat a bad meal. You know, if you don't risk the bad meal, you'll never get the magical one. But I think most important, be humble. Be grateful. Be humble. Be grateful. Be humble. Be grateful. Be humble. Be grateful. Be humble.
be grateful. Be humble, 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 be grateful.
Wave emojis in the chat.
I thought that the human race as a whole would turn on itself at any moment, you know.
Pour out a little liquor in the chat for
cruel.
Nancy Bourdain.
And it's true that all of those things exist in this world, but I meet mostly pretty nice people.
Doing the best they can, often under very, very difficult conditions. I met a lot of very nice people who've done very, very bad things that conflict with my deeply held conceptions of justice, and sexual equality, or acceptable practice, or religious views. There are a lot of gray areas in travel. But I think that on balance, the world is filled with people doing the best they can, you know?
Best they can, you know?
Be humble, be grateful. Be humble, be grateful.
Be humble, be grateful. Be humble, be grateful. Be humble, be grateful. Be humble, be grateful. Be humble, be grateful. Be humble, be grateful.
I've been fired many times in my cooking career. I was not a particularly good chef. I had a lot of problems at various points of my career with narcotics. You know, I accepted failure as a chef because I was at various times a bad chef.
Or even a bad person.
These days, if I fail, it's because I tried to do something and did not succeed. Or I just was not able to do what I hoped to do or wanted to do. But I would much rather that. I would much rather fail gloriously than not try. But I'm not interested in telling stories with competence. I'm looking to tell them with some style and originality and some creativity.
Shouts out to Brother Grimm. Thank you for the $10 super chat and for requesting that beautiful record. It says, when you coming home, brother? Dripping Springs, yeah. I love you, brother. Thanks for what you do. Hey, thank you. You know, I don't know. I honestly do not know. I honestly do not know. We're all working hard every day to make that a reality. But the truth is, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. So, you know, we're making the best of it, you know, making the best of it. Out here in this lovely Airbnb in Playa del Carmen, Dripping Springs. I don't know if if you're on the Telegram, you'll see a lot of you'll see more than anywhere else. Our landlady, Juana, built a kind of gym at the bottom of the garden. It's kind of like, because she does pole dancing. Exercise, whatever you call it, pole dance and exercise, you know. So she built like a whole studio at the bottom of the garden. It's epic, you know. Hercules goes and hangs out there, you know. Hangs out with her and like the other girls who do that stuff, you know. He be climbing the ropes and shit, you know. He likes climbing, you know, and hanging out with the girls, you know. Like I said, what do you think of the dancing? He says, it's not really dancing, Dada. It's more like flopping about and twerking, you know. Because I couldn't do it. I'd smash my balls. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Strange. I don't know what we'll be like when we return. I'm already quite different to when I left.
Here is just one example of the total wrongness of something I tend to be automatically sure of. Everything in my own immediate experience supports my deep belief that I am the absolute center of the universe.
The realest, most vivid and important person in existence. We rarely talk about this sort of natural, basic self-centeredness because it's so socially repulsive. but it's pretty much the same for all of us. It is our default setting, hardwired into our boards at birth. Think about it. There is no experience you have had that you are not at the absolute center of. The world as you experience it is there in front of you or behind you, to the left or right of you, on your TV or your monitor. The world as you experience it is there in front of you or behind you, to the left or right of you, on your TV or your monitor, and so on. Other people's thoughts and feelings have to be communicated to you somehow, but your own are so immediate, urgent,
XX, what's up?
Real. Please don't worry that I'm getting ready to lecture you about compassion or other directedness or all the so-called virtues. This is not a matter of virtue. It's a matter of my choosing to do the work of somehow altering or getting free of my natural hardwired default setting, which is to be deeply and literally self-centered, and to see and interpret everything through this lens of self. People who can adjust their natural default setting this way are often described as being well adjusted, which I suggest to you is not an accidental term. The world as you experience it is there in front of you or behind you, to the left or right of you, on your TV or your monitor. The world as you experience it is there in front of you or behind you, to the left or right of you, on your TV or your monitor.
XX, what's up, baby? The world as you experience it. Akira The Don, David Foster Wallace. It's that Meaningwave Live Super Request show. And shit, we ain't got no place to go. We right here, baby. We right here. Who just said? A request just came through from Savage Chill. What's up? Appreciate you, baby. Says, I'd like to request human in the first place, if there's still time for another request. If not, have my gratitude. I'll give it freely, for I have plenty of it. Yo, baby. We got time. We got all the time in the world. We got all the time in the world. I ain't got to go CrossFit tomorrow. I might though, because actually I really like it. It's really nice. It's you know, it's drugs, isn't it? Human in the first place. Yeah.
There's a war on consciousness.
Whoa.
There's a war on consciousness. There's a war on consciousness. There's a war on consciousness.
Do it.
Let's not forget that ayahuasca is not alone. That it's part of an ancient worldwide system of the targeted, careful, responsible alteration of consciousness. It's recently been shown that the kykeon used in Eleusinian mysteries in ancient Greece was almost certainly a psychedelic brew. That the soma of the Vedas may well have been a brew based upon the Amanita muscaria mushroom. We have the DMT and the ancient Egyptian tree of life. We have the whole global culture surviving shamanism. And what it's all about is a state of consciousness that's designed to help us find balance, harmony. The ancient Egyptians would have called it ma'at, with the universe, and to remain mindful that what we're here to undertake on Earth while immersed in matter is fundamentally a spiritual journey aimed at the growth and perfection of the soul. Journey that may go back to the very origins of what made us human in the first place. Human in the first place.
Human in the first place.
Origins of what made us human in the first place. Human in the first place. Human in the first place. Origins of what made us human in the first place. Human in the first place. Human in the first place.
There's a war. There's a war. Do it.
And I stand here invoking the hard-won right of freedom of speech to call for and demand another right to be recognized, and that is the right of adult sovereignty over consciousness. There's a war on consciousness in our society, and if we as adults are not allowed to make sovereign decisions about what to experience with our own consciousness while doing no harm to others, including the decision to use responsibly ancient and sacred visionary plants, then we cannot claim to be free in any way, and it's useless for our society to go around the world imposing our form of democracy on others while we nourish this rot at the heart of society and we do not allow individual freedom over consciousness. It may even be we're denying ourselves the next vital step in our own evolution by allowing this state of affairs to continue, and who knows, perhaps our immortal destiny as well. Thank you. Origins. What made us human in the first place? Human in the first place. Human in the first place. Origins. What made us human in the first place? Human in the first place. Human in the first place. Origins. What made us human in the first place? Human in the first place. Human in the first place. Origins. What made us human in the first place? In the first place. In the first place.
Shouts out to the future ruler of Venus. Shouts out to the princess of Sassin. What up?
Guess I've been away. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? I don't wanna be one of them anyway. I knew it from the start, just look at what we made. Stepping into my life and I'm not afraid at all. At all. Cause we believe in us, and we believe in love, and we know it's about to be a golden age. It's a golden age. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, yeah.
Grateful to the day I've been to the moon. I've been cleaning up my room. I don't wanna be one of them anyway. I knew it from the start, just look at what we made. Stepping into my life and I'm not afraid at all. At all. Cause we believe in us, and we believe in love, and we know it's about to be a golden age. It's a golden age. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
All them wave emojis in the chat.
Da, 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 da. Da, da,
Come on.
I got all that I need for what I wanna do. I got all that I need, and so do you. Do the things we said we weren't gonna do. So let's do all of the things. What up, Chris and Islam?
These names I always say wrong. Future ruler of Venus, future princess of Saturn. What's up?
So let's do all of the things.
Yo, shouts out to FL Space Bear, celebrating a 1-year MAZ-versary. That MAZ-versary. Shouts out to you, baby. Glad you're here. Congratulations. Whoa! Hey, big up everybody. What up, brother Graham says, best we can. Meaningwave exists. I don't know if that's a request. I don't think we've got a song called Best We Can, so I'm just going to take that as a statement, and I'm going to say yes. That's a good statement. I agree. Who's this for? Who's this for? I love how many people have been asking for David Foster Wallace joints tonight. That's rare. That's rare. That's righteous.
Greetings, thanks, and congratulations. The Kenyans graduating class of 2005.
There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks over at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?" What the hell is water? What the hell is water? This is a standard requirement of U.S. commencement speeches, the deployment of didactic little parable-ish story. The story thing turns out to be one of the better, less bullshitty conventions of the genre. But if you're worried that I plan to present myself here as the wise older fish explaining what water is to you younger fish, please don't be. I am not the wise old fish. The point of the fish story is merely that the most obvious, important realities are often the ones that are hardest to see and talk about. Stated as an English sentence, of course, this is just a banal platitude. But the fact is that in the day-to-day trenches of adult existence, banal platitudes can have a life or death importance. Or so I wish to suggest to you on this dry and lovely morning.
What the hell is water? 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 What the hell is water?
Gameplay TK, what's up?
Go into your imagination. Go into your imagination.
I was at the Museum of Art in New York. I was in this amazing room, you know, it had all these priceless paintings from the late Renaissance hanging in it. Each painting worth, who knows, $1 billion maybe. They're priceless paintings. So the room it's a shrine, and it was full of people from all over the world.
What up, CB?
Looking at these paintings, you think, well, what the hell are these people doing coming to this room looking at these paintings? What are they up to? What are they doing? They don't know what that means. Like, why are they looking at that painting? Why is it in this room? Why does it cost $1 billion? Why is that painting worth so much? And the answer to that is, well, we don't really know. They're sacred objects in some sense. And we gaze at them in ignorance and wonder. And the reason for for that is that the unknown shines through the Mattis and in partially articulated form. Well, that's the role of art. And that's the role of artists. Well, that's the role of art. And that's the role of artists. Real artists are contending with the unknown, right? And they're possessed by it. They have a personality trait, openness, that makes them do that. They can't even help it. Makes them do that. They can't even help it. I've listened carefully to your Cain and Abel lecture, but waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. There's a part of me that revels in riding these waves. But can I harness them for good? God, you guys, you ask the hardest questions. Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. There's a part of me that revels in riding these waves. But can I harness them for good? Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. It's probably time for a little bit of individual psychoanalysis. You're generalizing, you say waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming, but I don't believe that that's exactly right. I'm certainly not accusing you of being deceitful. It's more like low resolution. My suspicions is that there's a set of experiences that you've had that are characteristic to your own personal life that have caused you some bitterness and some resentment, that those haven't been thought through. Usually thinking through means trying to take as much responsibility for altering the conditions under which those things happen going forward into the future as possible. Like, the purpose of memory is to stop you from doing the same stupid things in the future, right? If you've had experiences that have made you bitter and resentful, or are still engaged in experiences that are doing that, then you need to do a careful microanalysis of what those are and see if you can flip your attitude in some manner. I'm not saying this is easy, but the first thing you could do is at least figure out what those memories are. You can kind of tell if something needs work from a memory perspective if it occurred more than about 18 months ago, and when you remember it, it still causes like a wave of sadness or anger. Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. There's a part of me that revels in riding these waves, but can I harness them for good? Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. What that means is that your brain is still targeting that experience as threatening and unexplored. And what that means is that in some sense, part of you, or a part of you that could exist, is still stuck in that memory. Because you can go back and do a careful causal analysis of the events that led up to the unfortunate circumstance. Try to map out your role. Even if your role is minor, there's going to be things that you could have done differently to avoid it, and that's what you need to figure out for the future. I would say you try to shed all your personal resentment. A part of that too is to not take things too personally. There's nothing personal about the fact that terrible things happen to you, unless you're directly causally involved. As it says, I believe in the Old Testament, rains on the just and the unjust alike. The tragedy and difficulty and even the confrontation with evil are built into the structure of existence, and it's not aimed at you personally. It may be the price that we pay for existence itself. You could say, well, that price is too high to pay. But if you start thinking that way, then you make everything much, much worse. Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. There's a part of me that revels in riding these waves, but can I harness them for good? Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. It seems better to shoulder your cross voluntarily and stumble forward towards the light. That's the best strategy, and just because it's the best strategy doesn't even necessarily mean that it's always going to work. Like, this is no optimistic scenario. Like a dragon is no optimistic scenario. Confront the dragon, get the gold, and bring it back to share with the community. And, you know, that sounds all well and good, but after all, it is a dragon, and many people get eaten by them. The myth basically says, well, your best bet is to open your eyes and speak the truth and look forward forthrightly and confront the hydras that are raising their heads and their tentacles constantly to frighten you and stop you, and to fight the tyranny of the social structure when it's oppressing you unduly. And that's what you have to do. But I would say if that contempt is there, man, that's really worth digging into. That would be the place where you would discover the Jungian shadow, because you would discover that contempt is an unbelievably destructive force. Contempt is a particularly destructive force. It would be useful for you to try to think about, you can use fantasy to do this. It's like, okay, if you let that contempt manifest itself fully in like a dream or a daydream, and you let it go on a rampage, what's the vision exactly? I mean, is it the destruction of the town? Is it the destruction of the country? Do you want the entire world to blow up? Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. There's a part of me that revels in riding these waves, but can I harness them for good? Waves of contempt for existence itself keep coming. Or are there specific people that you're angry at, or maybe you're angry at yourself? Those waves of contempt are unarticulated elements of experience, and they're part of your shadow. So, can you harness them for good? Well, the more you understand your dark urges, more likely you are to be able to regulate and control them and to use them as part of your power. A person who has authority is someone who's integrated the dangerous parts of themselves, and that's part of what gives their words gravitas and weight. And so, yes, I think you could harness them for good. And I think that's the right thing to do, but it will involve a fair bit of painful soul searching.
Business to me is bottom of the barrel. There's no actual skill called business. It's too generic of a thing. It's like a skill called relating, like relating to humans. That's not a skill. It's too broad. So a lot of what goes on in business is essentially just anecdotes. They call it case studies, but it's just anecdotes. And they're trying to help you pattern match by throwing lots of data points at you. But the reality is you'll never understand them fully until you're actually in that position yourself. You can always learn better by doing on the job. By doing on the job. By doing on the job. You can always learn better by doing on the job. By doing on the job. By doing on the job. Even then you will find that basic concepts from game theory and psychology and say mathematics, computers, and logic will serve you much, much better. I would focus on the foundations. I would focus on the science then. I would develop a love for reading. That is the foundation for your self-education. When it comes to your learning curve, if you want to optimize your learning curve, one of the reasons I don't love podcasts, even though I'm a generator of podcasts, I like to consume my information very quickly. I can read very fast, but I can only listen at a certain speed. And it's hard to go back, it's hard to highlight, it's hard to pinpoint snippets and save them in your notebook. A lot of people think they can become really skilled at something by watching others do it, or even by reading about others doing it. You're going to learn a lot more by operating your own lemonade stand. That is how you're going to learn on the job, because a lot of the subtleties don't express themselves until you're actually running the business. You know, I've learned that tit for tat, iterated prisoner's dilemma, is the piece of game theory that is worth knowing the most. The best way to learn game theory is to play lots of games. I never even read game theory books. I consider myself extremely good at game theory. I've never opened up a game theory book and found a result in there where I was like, oh yeah, that's common sense. I just grew up playing all kinds of games, and so it's just second nature to me. You can always learn better by doing on the job, by doing on the job, by doing on the job. You can always learn better by doing on the job, by doing on the job, by doing on the job.
Make some noise.
You can always learn better by doing on the job, by doing on the job, by doing on the job. You can always learn better by doing on the job. And look every single day. I'm not learning that much. I'm repeating things a lot. So I'm putting in thousands of hours. There are thousands of hours doing the same thing. Thousands of iterations. That would be different. The learning curve is a
clap is stand.
Trying new marketing, changing out the inventory.
Welcome to level 1, baby.
Changing the size. The number of iterations that drives the learning curve. The more iterations, the more shots on goal, the faster you're gonna learn. Not just about the hours put. The way we're built, the way the world presents itself offers us very easily the opportunity to do the same thing over and over. And really, we'd be better served if we went off and found ways to do new things. Doing something new the first time is painful, and high odds are that you will fail. So you just have to get very, very comfortable with frequent small failures. So you just have to get very, very comfortable with frequent small failures. You can always learn better by doing on the job, by doing on the job, by doing on the job. You can always learn better by doing on the job, by doing on the job, by doing on the job. You can always learn better by doing on the job, by doing on the job, by doing on the job. You can always learn better by doing on the job, by doing on the job, by doing on the job.
Yo, shout out to my TV, doing incredible work. Woo. Shout out to, oh my goodness. Bloody hell, I forgot about this sax.
Nassim Taleb made his wealth by being a trader. He relied upon black swans, losing little bits of money every day. And once in a blue moon, he would make a lot when the unthinkable happened for other people. Most people want to make little bits of money every day. In exchange, they'll tolerate lots of growth risk. They'll tolerate going completely bankrupt. We're not evolved to bleed a little every day. If you're out in the natural environment and you get a cut, you will eventually die. You have to stop that cut. We're evolved for small victories all the time, but that becomes very expensive. That's where the crowd is. That's where the herd is.
That guitar is crazy.
To bleed a little bit every day, but
this record sounds like the theme from like a brilliant show about antiques.
You'll do better. That is, by the way, entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs bleed every day. They're not making money. They're losing money. They're constantly stressed out. All the responsibilities upon them. But when they win big. On average, they'll make more.
Oh man. Whose incredible request was that? That was Rick Adelsey. Of course it was. Of course it was Rick Adelsey. Shouts out to you, baby. Thank you for the support. Rick Adelsey coming through with the $20 super chat like a G. Appreciate each and every one of you who supports this venture. supports Meaningwave continuing to exist whilst in an Airbnb, paying rent in multiple locations. All that type of ridiculousness. Oh my goodness, what a time to be alive. What a wonderful adventure. Shout out to everybody locked in. Jake He says more sax. Very good point. Very good point. Someone talking about VR. Eichmann Reed. Says, can you become a VR chat DJ? I mean, I'm sure I probably could. Would you guys all come though? It's the thing, the tricky thing is like, I don't know, do people come to VR DJ things? You know, we've got 66.6 thousand subscribers here on YouTube. And I think 63 people are watching right now. You know, I don't know how notifications work on VR chat. Do more people who subscribe to you get sent notifications? I don't know. I mean, that's definitely the future. I mean, that's where we are moving. That's the direction we're moving in. Shout out to Fractal Fantasy, that was it. Fractal Fantasy just put some crazy shit together. They coded it. They coded like a kind of 3D, really aesthetic club, and you can go into it and like assume a form, and you can dance, and there's key commands for doing different dance moves and all this type of shit. You know, pretty. That's where we're going. If anyone out there wants to code me a club, or if anyone out there knows much about that space and wants to inform us, hit us up on the Discord, or send us an email or something. Yeah. What up, FL Space Bear? Says thank you ATD and all of the MAZ. This is the way. Appreciate you, baby. Thank you, JC, for the $10 super chat. Says, keep on, brother. Also, Huxley Wave someday if you're so inclined. You already know. You already know. This beat is crazy. Holy shit. I gotta take that back. This is the bit I'm talking about. This bit here, it sounds like the theme for a really good TV show about like some detectives who have an antique store. Or an Australian soap opera about like teenagers who hang around the beach. Sunset Beach Vibes, says YouTube Hero Alex. Yo. Ugh.
Deep in the human unconscious.
What up, Webberstan Lang?
Pervasive need.
Much love, brother, to you.
First, that makes sense.
Vintage Detectives.
Sense.
Says, where's the second? Does it exist? It should exist.
Makes sense.
You know, Thingy Bob.
Verse.
Nick from MDE.
Logic.
Has got an antique store now.
Logic.
Holy shit.
One step beyond logic.
And it's really classy.
Whoa! There is in all things a pattern that is part of our universe. It has symmetry, elegance, and grace. Those qualities you find always in that which the true artist captures. That which the true artist captures. You can find it in the turning of the seasons. That which the true artist captures. In the way sand traits along a ridge. In the branch clusters of the creosote bush. Or the pattern of its leaves. We try to copy these patterns in our lives, in our society, seeking the rhythms, the forms that comfort. There is in all things a pattern that is part of our universe. It has symmetry, elegance, and grace. Those qualities you find always in that which the true artist captures. That which the true artist captures. You can find it in the turning of the seasons. That which the true artist captures. Yet, it is impossible to see peril in the finding of ultimate perfection. Ultimate perfection. Ultimate perfection. Peril in the finding. It is clear that the ultimate pattern contains its own fixity. In such perfection, all things move towards death. There is in all things a pattern that is part of our universe. It has symmetry, elegance, and grace. Those qualities you find always in that which the true artist captures. That which the true artist captures. You can find it in the turning of the seasons. That which the true artist captures. The world is supported by four things. The learning of the wise, the justice of the great, the prayers of the righteous, and the valor of the brave. But all of these things are as nothing without a ruler who knows the art of ruling. Make that the science of your tradition. All life is in the service.
One step beyond logic. Akira The Don. Danica XI, Comic Book Girl 19. Meaningwave. Akira The Don. Marcus. River. Release your whoopee. Fucking played. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. The body and its parts are a river. Everything is just an impression, said the cynic, and the response is obvious enough. But the point is a useful one, if you take it for what it's worth. The soul of man does violence to itself first, when it does its best to become an abscess, a kind of detached growth from the world. To be vexed by anything that happens is a kind of succession from nature, which compromises the nature of all things. To be vexed by anything that happens is a kind of succession from nature, and it compromises the nature of all things. The soul of man does violence to itself when it turns its back on another, or sets out to do harm, as the souls of the angry do. When overpowered by pleasure or pain, when it puts on a mask and does or says anything insincerely and untruly. When it allows its action, an impulse to be, without a purpose, to be random and disconnected. Even the smallest things ought to be directed towards a goal of a rational animal. Follow the reason and already got duration. Momentary, nature, changeable, perception, dim, conditioned body, decaying, soul, spinning around, fortune, unpredictable, lasting fame, uncertain. The body and its parts are a river, soul is a dream of mist. Life is warfare and a journey far from home. After fame is oblivion. Your body and its parts are a river, soul is a dream of mist. Life is warfare and a journey far from home. After fame is oblivion. What can guide us? Only philosophy, which means keeping the demon in mind, free from violence and unharmed, superior to pleasure and pain, doing nothing without purpose. No hypocrisy, randomly or dishonestly, not dependent on any man, doing or not doing anything, except what's happening. I know there's a lot that is coming from thence, and above all that it accept death and a cheerful spirit. In a cheerful spirit. And there's nothing but the disillusion of that from what it is made. If it doesn't hurt the individual elements to change continually into each other, why are people afraid? Avoiding changing, separating, it's according to nature. And nothing's evil, it's according to nature. Nothing's evil, it's according to nature. Body and its parts are a river, soul is a dream in mist. Life is warfare and a journey far from home. After fame is oblivion. The body and its parts are a river, soul is a dream in mist. Life is warfare and a journey far from home. After fame is oblivion.
Yeah, man like Marcus. Shouts out Derek B, says if there's a bit more time I'd like to request some more Stoic Wave. Well, there you go, baby. Shouts out to Mike Can, says you read my mind, Akira. I was just gonna request this song. Much love, Don Klein. God bless you.
What's up, Reverend Sanchez? Last song. Almost.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like people, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men, with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
All them wave emojis in the chat right now, God bless. The brave citizens of the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. Thank you all for being here. If you've been chilling in the chat, if you ain't said nothing, drop a wave emoji right now. This is your time to shine, baby. Back.
Existence, the physical universe, is basically playful. There is no necessity for it whatsoever. It isn't going anywhere. That is to say, it doesn't have some destination that it ought to arrive at, but that it is best understood by analogy with music. Because music, as an art form, is essentially playful. We say you play the piano, you don't works the piano. Why? Music differs from, say, travel. When you travel, you are trying to get somewhere. One doesn't make the end of a composition the point. If that were so, the best conductors would be those who played fastest. And there would be composers who wrote only finales. People go to concert just to hear one crashing chord. Because that's the end. Existence, the physical universe, is basically playful. There is no necessity for it whatsoever. It isn't going anywhere. Existence, the physical universe, is basically playful, but it is best understood by analogy with music. Because music, as an art form, is essentially playful. Same way in dancing. You don't aim at a particular spot in the room. That's where you should arrive. The whole point of the dancing is the dance. Now, but we don't see that as something brought by our education into our everyday conduct. We've got a system of schooling which gives a completely different impression. It's all graded. And what we do is we put the child into the corridor of this grade system. So they kind of, come on, kitty, kitty, kitty. And yeah, you go to kindergarten, you know, and that's a great thing because when you finish that, you'll get into first grade. And then come on, first grade leads to second grade and so on, and then you get out of grade school, you go to high school, and it's revving up, the thing is coming. Then you're going to go to college, and by Jove, then you get into graduate school. And when you're through with graduate school, you go out to join the world. Then you get into some racket where you're selling insurance, and they've got that quota to make. And you're going to make that. And all the time, the thing is coming. It's coming. It's coming. That great thing. That great thing. Thing is coming. It's coming. It's coming. That great thing. That great thing. The success you're working for. Then when you wake up one day about 40 years old, you say, my God, I've arrived. I'm there. And you don't feel very different from what you always felt. By expectation. Look at the people who live to retire and put those savings away. And then when they're 65, they don't have any energy left. They're more or less impotent, and they go and rot in a senior citizens community. Because we've simply cheated ourselves the whole way down the line. We thought of life by analogy with a journey, with a pilgrimage, which had a serious purpose at the end, and the thing was to get to that end. Success or whatever it is, or maybe heaven after you're dead. But we missed the point the whole way along. It was a musical thing, and you were supposed to sing or to dance while the music was being played. Existence, the physical universe, is basically playful. There is no necessity for it whatsoever. It isn't going anywhere. Existence, the physical universe, is basically playful, but it is best understood by analogy with music. Because music, as an art form, is essentially playful.
Yo, thank you, brothers and sisters, for being here. A little treat at the end there. That was the secret track from the B-side of Time 7-inch. The Time 7-inch, only available via the Indiegogo campaign. That song is very, very unlikely to ever exist on any kind of streaming service. Just literally playing it tonight, by the way, means this video will get claimed by Warner or someone like that because of the strings in it. So the whole video will be claimed because I played that song. But I think it was the right thing to do. Shouts out to you, Cosmic Kangaroo. What up, Black Rock Beacon? I see you, baby. How you doing? What's cracking? Michael in Seattle, what's up? Appreciate you. Says thanks for the music. Have a great night. Appreciate you, baby. What up, Maria Lee Zach? Says God bless you and your family and all the MAZ. God bless you, Maria Lee Zach. So good to see you. Yo, shouts out to everyone who supported this thing. This was fun tonight. This was fun. It feels like a long time ago. I was in CrossFit and then I just came straight here and got straight in here. Insane. What is it now? It's like shit. It's nearly 1 a.m. Incredible. Nearly 1 a.m. in Mexico. Deja Blue, what's up? I see you, baby. He says, hey, love your channel so much. Hey, thank you. You are breathtaking. Is it Val Venus? Oh, damn, baby, I didn't know that God was live. God bless you, brother. Yeah, baby, we've been here and we're about to get out of here. But best believe, Val Venus, we'll be dropping in here tomorrow for some kind of party thing. Some kind of party thing tomorrow, so keep your notifications on. Make sure, if you want to know what's up, get on the Telegram. The Telegram does not seem to stop our notifications. So get on t.me/Akira The Don. You get in that Telegram gang. You get access to behind-the-scenes stuff like photos of Hercules hanging out in a strip club. Shit of that nature. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. What up, Brother Grim? What up, Brother Grim? Appreciate you, baby. Ooh, ooh. All them wave emojis in the chat, baby. Let me see your. Val Venus is our shit a party. I'll be here, daddy. YouTube didn't tell me you was live. Susan always messing up. You can't trust Susan. I'm just saying, we got 66.6k subscribers. We got the devil's very number. And like 0.001% of those motherfuckers got a notification. You can't be trusting these motherfuckers. We've been shadow banned.
Why would anyone?
Speaking of the shadow,
could just mow along.
If you want to listen to that song that you just heard again, it's on that The Shadow mixtape right at the end. The Shadow mixtape that came out recently. It's a nice mixtape, baby. It's a nice mixtape. It's got some secret joints on it.
Why would do drugs when they could just mow along?
Yeah. Big shouts out to everyone. Thank you, everyone who supported tonight. Thank you, Calais. Thank you for being here, Calais. God bless you. What up, Rick Adelcy? Appreciate you, baby. 2076. Appreciate you, baby. Food killer. Appreciate you, baby. Divine Chris Champagne. God bless you, sure Champagne. What's up? What's up, Mason? Appreciate you, baby. Appreciate you, Noah C. Eichmann Reed. God bless. God bless. Michael in Seattle. God bless. Maria. God bless. Cosmic Kangaroo. Mike Can. FL Space Bear. Brother Grimm. Wapistan. Lang. JC. Roberto Sanchez. Derek B. FL Space Bear. Sice. Savage Chill. Brother Grimm. CB. Vanessa. XX Maddock Magic XX. What's up? Druff 42. What's up, John Hannibal Smith? What up, Gay Play TK? What up, Ruben Ponce? What up, Richard Young? What up, Cree? Says love you all. Such a nice thing to say. Biological Bootloader. What's up? 11 Cambros. What's up? Joshua Trent. What's up? Derek B. Appreciate you, baby. Appreciate Chocolate Man. Joe Petrakovich. Mike Betters. Matthew John Crittenden. Didn't get to hear Toy Story 4 OST. Tom Stinson, what's up? Appreciate all of you. Make some noise for YouTube Hero Alex. Man like YouTube Hero Alex in the chat. Doing the damn thing.
just mow a lawn.
I'm gonna leave you one more song. I'm gonna play you out with one more song. Number one, Jim fan, what's up? What up, Savage Chill? What's up, Black Rock Beacon? Brother Grim, appreciate you, baby. Nice one. Remember, you can get 10% off of your order at meaningwave.com with the code Get That Good Feeling, all caps, for the next 24 hours, exclusive to you, viewers of this here secretive stream. All our streams are secretive. All of our streams are rare. All of our streams are intimate. All of our streams are amazing. Have you had a good time tonight? Let me know.
Why would anyone do drugs when they could just mow a lawn?
All right, you beautiful babies. Last song. We're going to play this one out with the CRT. I'm going to get it cracking, baby. I'm going to get it cracking, you know. See you all soon. Make sure subscribe to the Telegram, t.me/Akira The Don. If you want to make sure you get a notification of when we go live. You can't be trusting that horse face lady. Don't be trusting people with horse faces. You seen that New Zealand Prime Minister woman? That's a scary thing. Shouts out to Japan. Shouts out to the Olympics. You're really fucked up by not having any Akira references in your opening. But everyone knows the Olympic openings have got nothing to do with, like, you know, the last Olympic opening was a big, like, medical scenario, you know what I mean? Foreshadowing recent events at the Zion 2012 Pocket Olympics. Was that the last Olympics? Or is there another one since then? Are they every 4 years? Guess there's another one. Anyway, this is supposed to be the Akira Olympics. They ain't even mentioned that shit. Fuck that. That's just disrespectful. Disrespectful. But did you notice what did happen? Is Kanye West came out with a new record on the first day of the Olympics, and he represented Akira by dressing like homeboy here. And that's just a beautiful thing. Shouts out to my guy Kanye. Did I ever tell you the story about the time I was in a Kanye West video? Did I ever tell you that story? Maybe I'll tell you that story another time. I gotta get out of here. It's nearly 1 a.m. Shit, I gotta finish this album. Shit. Do you recognize this noise? What's that? First person to guess what this last song is wins a fabulous no prize. Ooh, Black Rock Beacon says MAZ should hold its own Olympics. That's some real shit. XX Maja XX says Donda. You already know, baby. I'm about to go listen to that shit. I'm gonna go check that out. I'm gonna go lie down and drink a electrolyte and listen to that new Kanye. If it actually dropped. Did it drop? I just saw pictures of my guy, you know, wearing an outfit that I wore 15 years ago. You know what I mean? 20 years ago. Shit. I can't help it. I live in the future. What up, Mo? Says Akira, you appear in my dreams sometimes. Hey, yo. That's a good point. I gotta say sweet dreams. You know what I mean? Sweet dreams to, particularly y'all that listen to this shit as a podcast to go to sleep. Sweet dreams to you. What up, Natural Phenomenon? Appreciate you, baby. This is working an overnight shift. I'm pumped to have been brought this far through the shift with you. Yo, appreciate you, baby. Get after it. Proud of you. Your ancestors is proud of you. You're getting after it, baby. That's epic. All right, one last tune. Bless up, Fool Killer. Woo!
I submit, is the freedom of real education, of learning how to be well adjusted. You get to consciously decide
What has meaning and what doesn't.
Yo.
What has meaning and what doesn't. What has meaning.
Yeah, we didn't do the by 5, by the way.
What has meaning.
We gotta do the by 5. Let's do that right now.
What
3, 2,
meaning.
1.
Meaning. What has meaning.
By 5.
You get to decide what to worship. Because here's something else that's weird but true. In the day-to-day trenches of adult life, there is actually no such thing as atheism. There is no such thing as not worshiping. Everybody worships. The only choice we get is what to worship. And the compelling reason for maybe choosing some sort of God or spiritual type thing to worship, be it JC or Allah, be it Yahweh or the Wiccan mother goddess, or the Four Noble Truths or some inviolable set of ethical principles, is that pretty much anything else you worship will eat you alive. If you worship money and things, if they are where you tap real meaning in life, then you will never have enough. Never feel you have enough. It's the truth. Worship your own body and beauty and sexual allure, and you will always feel ugly. And when time and age start showing, you will die a million deaths before they finally plant you. On one level, we all know this stuff already. It's been codified as myths, proverbs, cliches, epigrams, parables. The skeleton of every great story. What has meaning and what doesn't. What has meaning and what doesn't.
You get to consciously decide.
What has meaning? 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 The whole trick is keeping the truth up front in daily consciousness. Worship power, you will end up feeling weak and afraid. And you will need ever more power over others to numb you to your own fear. Worship your intellect, being seen as smart, you will end up feeling stupid, a fraud, always on the verge of being found out. Look, the insidious thing about these forms of worship is not that they're evil or sinful. It is that they are unconscious. They are default settings. They're the kind of worship you just gradually slip into. Day after day, getting more and more selective about what you see and how you measure value without ever being fully aware that that's what you're doing. The so-called real world will not discourage you from operating on your default settings. Because the so-called real world of men and money and power comes merrily along on the fuel of fear and anger and frustration and craving and the worship of self. Our own present culture has harnessed these forces in ways that have yielded extraordinary wealth and comfort and personal freedom. The freedom all to be lords of our own tiny skull-sized kingdoms, alone at the center of all creation. This kind of freedom has much to recommend it. But of course, there are all different kinds of freedom. And the kind that is most precious, you will not hear much talked about much in the great outside world of wanting and achieving and displaying. The really important kind of freedom involves attention and awareness and discipline and being able truly to care about other people and to sacrifice for them over and over in myriad, petty little unsexy ways every day. That is real freedom. That is being educated and understanding how to think. The alternative is unconsciousness, the default setting, the rat race, the constant gnawing sense of having had and lost some infinite thing. I know that this stuff probably doesn't sound fun and breezy or grandly inspirational the way a commencement speech is supposed to sound. What it is, as far as I can see, is the capital T truth with a whole lot of rhetorical niceties stripped away. You are, of course, free to think of it whatever you wish. But please don't just dismiss it as some finger-wagging Dr. Laura sermon. None of this stuff is really about morality or religion or dogma or big fancy questions of life after death. The capital T truth is about life before death. It is about the real value of a real education, which has almost nothing to do with knowledge and everything to do with simple awareness. Awareness of what is so real and essential, so hidden in plain sight all around us all the time, that we have to keep reminding ourselves over and over, this is water. 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 This is water.
It is unimaginably hard to do this. To stay conscious and alive in the adult world, day in and day out. Which means yet another grand cliche turns out to be true. Your education really is the job of a lifetime. And it commences now.
What has meaning and what doesn't. What has meaning and what doesn't.
You get to consciously decide
what has meaning. What has meaning. What has meaning. What has meaning. What has meaning.